hey, look, we're fourth. If you type the entire name of the title, we just about come fourth.
Yes!
Making it, boys!
There was an idea
to bring together a group of remarkable films.
to see if they could become
Something more. So when the world needed them, they could build a universe.
that no one else ever could.
This is the Marvel Method. That was a nice fade out.
Hello, viewers. It's Joshua.
And Joel and Joshua, we are finally here.
Are we finally
We're
here?
finally here. I have been waiting for this day for a while. I'm very excited for today.
Winter Soldier. How many times have you seen it?
I could not count.
It is that many.
It is that many. I really love this film. Spoilers. We're a minute in and I've already had my opinion straight out.
You can like a film. It's alright. We're watching these films because we like them.
Yeah, I am a big fan of this one. After this came out, it was up there at number one for me personally for a long period of time.
I mean, honestly, I remember watching it and having a really good time with it, especially because now my thoughts have changed on Cap since we watched it. But first time I watched it, I was like, distinctly. When the second one came out, I was like, hot damn, get me in on some of this biz.
Was this the first film we watched together?
Okay, so Iron Man 1 I watched on a plane with my cousin Pirate.
I think we actually would work backwards, if anything.
Iron Man 2 I saw in the cinema in Real Bournemouth. Would you have been there?
No. Because I think we're looking more at probably this point onward. We might have to... Do we go see Guardians together?
Ooh. I'm pretty sure I saw Guardians in America.
Probably not.
So probably not. Wow, we have a limited number of films.
We have to work out when we first started going to the cinema to see these films.
You know, Joel,
together.
do you know when the best time to ask this question is?
Probably not.
When we're filming, before we have time to research it, to go and Google, like all of this, that's the best time to bring up the questions. Good job, hero. So
I'll tell you what, that'll be a little Easter egg for next episode.
We'll work out
which film we started watching together.
Alright, so we're up here in Winter Soldier.
So Joshua, this is the first film of Phase 2 we're watching. This is an interesting thing because actually we have skipped a couple of films.
Speak them out.
So we skipped Iron Man 3.
We did.
I think that is the
Was
only...
Iron Man 2 a Phase 1 film?
Iron Man 2 was a Phase 1 film. It came out straight after The Incredible Hulk.
Oh, okay.
So it was very much a... This is Iron Man 3. Now, what did you think of Iron Man 3? Did you watch Iron Man 3?
I did. I thought it was good. I thought that the people I watched it with had a couple of critiques about it. Predominantly about, they said, like, it didn't feel like a superhero film. And to be honest, like, in some ways it's the most fantastical film in that, like, its sort of major villains are so out there compared to what Marvel normally deals with, which is saying something. But I thought it was a good film. And actually, the more that I look a bit into it afterwards, the more it seems that as they sort of, as direction, as action, as so much, apparently Iron Man 3 was really good. But I came out going, yeah, alright, that was alright.
The other film we skipped, again, I think this might be the biggest skip we've done. It's a joint biggest skip we've done. Thor: The Dark World.
Yeah, I remember watching that when it came out and having a similar kind of opinion. Though hindsight has said that probably it's a difficult one.
I personally am not the biggest fan of that film. I think that the story's pretty weak. I think more than anything, I didn't enjoy the story. It just felt very, very weak. But it was our first look at a second Infinity Stone.
It was.
The Ether.
Yeah, Reality Stone, right?
Yeah.
So we've seen our first Reality Stone. We saw the Tesseract. We saw it in Thor. We saw it in Avengers. Now we've seen the Ether. 2 down.
2 down. 4 to go.
So,
Let's talk about Captain America: Winter Soldier.
Winter Soldier.
Civil War. We're not there yet.
Ah, whoops! Would you like to know how many doubloons this thing made?
Well, first things first. It came out April 4th, 2014.
Oh, yes, no, you're right. Sorry, I'm
April
reading
4th, 2014. So 2014. So we're talking a 2-year gap, close to 2-year gap since the Avengers. So quite a lot has changed in terms of the fact that Marvel's now gone to Disney. And it's owned by Disney now officially, and they are making their own films.
And in fact, this doesn't actually, in the production notes, this whole drama or this whole interesting intrigue, yeah, that's gone. It's just Marvel, it's just Disney, it's just them doing their thing.
Funny story for our viewers. Yesterday, I was walking past the Bank of Merrill Lynch and sent it through to Joshua. Again, if you go
Snaps
back,
fingers.
If you go back to some of the older episodes, we start talking about Merrill Lynch. We never found out if Merrill Lynch actually still owned any of those characters.
No, we didn't. Shouldn't email them.
You were telling me about doubloons.
Yes, this film, on a budget of 177 doubloons, made 714 doubloons. Over 4 times its money. That is ring, 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 ring.
So just under the Avengers 7 times its money.
Well, I mean, 4 times, 7 times, that's quite a big difference, but it is a ridiculous difference. And indeed, one of the things I remember people were saying that came out so interesting from this film is this is the first film that solidifies the world changes. At least as some people were saying. And actually, when you think about it, you can sort of get behind it. Mm-hmm. Because a lot of people went to this film expecting, Captain America appears, there's a bad guy, they beat the bad guy, and that's kind of the end. That's not what happens.
No, not at all.
And the world moves really, really quickly.
It's a really big world-building story, isn't it?
I guess we'll find out. Look, my memory is really hazy.
So you've only seen it once?
So I've seen it once, and I rewatched the Honest Trailer commentary with the directors.
Now, funny story about Honest Trailers. So the Russo brothers, who are, I would call them the Godfathers, but I think Robert Downey Jr. probably takes that. The grandfathers of the modern Marvel Cinematic Universe had a phrase when they were creating this film, and which was, it has to be honest trailer proof.
And they said that in the thing, and they said that in the video. It's on YouTube. It's and it's very funny because the director, the writer and the editor of Honest Trailers were there asking their questions. They were there firing back. And then went on to watch the one of Thor. It's very, very good.
Oh, they did one for Infinity War.
Oh, they did one for, I think, for all of them.
Yeah.
But some of them got kind of long and didn't want to watch. Anyway, they wanted to make this Honest Trailers proof. So they went into the script room, and every time they saw some kind of movie shenanigan of, this is conveniently here, that is conveniently there, this is just how it happens, they were like, that's not Honest Trailer proof, skip it. Honest Trailers still made one of it nonetheless. And they did admit on a couple of occasions that things were valid, but on most of them they weren't. This was a...
this is Anthony and Joe's first foray into the Marvel Cinematic Universe?
Actually, that's a very good question.
No, it is. Because they didn't do anything before this.
Well, they've done films. They've done plenty of films.
They've done plenty of films, but they also did Community, which is where they got the hiring Kevin Feige. He is the Godfather. He is the great almighty Kevin Feige
El Godfather
of the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Saw these guys doing Community.
Actually, very well done. So
they decided that he wanted them.
Yeah, so they had a couple of films, You, Me, Dupree, which I remember hearing, but
I've heard of that film as well.
Never watched it. And something called Welcome to Collinwood. But Captain America: Civil War in 2014. Before 2014, basically they'd done Community for almost 5 years actually.
Their double episode.
And Arrested Development.
They did a double episode of Community about paintballs. Can't remember the name of the paintballs episode. But it was a double episode, and that was one of the biggest reasons why Kevin Feige hired them.
What
they just thought the episode was brilliant. I haven't actually seen it. Have you watched Community?
I'm not a massive TV watcher. I haven't. Actually, I saw one episode. It was very entertaining.
The only thing I can remember from Community is the rap at the end of episode 3. Donde está la biblioteca?
Oh, I've seen this on YouTube.
Very funny.
So, the writers said of the first Captain America, it's basically a 70s spy film masquerading as an action film.
Well, the
first Captain
the first
America.
Avenger, the one we watched
Yeah.
a couple of weeks ago.
So, and they said of the second one, they wanted it to be a 40s a 40s political film masquerading as an action film. I think they wanted to do. We wanted to do a 40s World War II movie masquerading as a big superhero movie. One of the other interesting things I thought was very cute is that Anthony Mackie, the Falcon, he was saying like, the Russo brothers, they love their practical effects. If you can make it, they'll make it. They try to cut CGI completely out of it, and I'm sure that's going to show up. Do you know what the one Academy Award that Winter Soldier was nominated for?
No way.
Visual effects.
Oh, that's so funny.
But I think that was probably to do with the helicarriers, which I do remember in spoilers, because they detailed the helicarriers down to the insides of it, just so in the final scenes when things explode, they have stuff flying around. I'm excited for this.
I'm quite excited for this as well. I was going to do a bit of news, but I can't remember what it was. So I think we'll just have to skip it for today.
That is awful.
I know.
Have there been any new trailers?
There was the Super Bowl spot.
Oh.
There was a very interesting Super Bowl spot. 6 words in the entire Super Bowl spot. 30-second trailer. 6 words.
That's pretty
spoken.
good. I'm guessing you're not going to say it?
All I can say is what they did with Infinity War, with a lot of CG in the trailers. It does look like they've done some of that in these trailers, which is good. I'm really excited because it means there's not much spoilers. We've already spoken about how in the first 15 minutes of the trailers are only for the first 15 minutes of the film, which is great. There is a big spoiler. Is it a big spoiler?
You know how much I want to go in blank.
I know. I don't know how much of a spoiler it is. I'm trying to work it out because it's a fact about the setting of the film, but I don't really. I'm really nervous.
Let's err on the side of caution. We only got a couple more months to go. Just let me have my spoiler.
Have we told the viewers what's happening for what our plans are for Endgame?
We might or we might not have. Would you like to reconfirm?
Well, we can just tell them.
Yeah, go ahead.
So myself and Joshua and another friend, we're heading to Japan.
And we are going to be in Japan, as Joel realised, on the day of the premiere of Endgame. And so Joel was like, Josh, we're going to see this.
In Japan.
At midnight. It's going to be good.
It's going to be fun. That'll probably be my first watch. I'll probably watch it again when we get back. We went to see Alicia this week. On quite a huge screen at the View, which I really liked, so I think I might go back for that type of screen.
The extreme.
Yeah, the View Extreme screen.
Anyway.
I think we should start.
This is the most expensive film we have rented, and by rented I mean you can't rent it, so we have to buy it. So
we have this forever, so we watch it again.
Yay! Alright.
Oh man, I'm ready. I'm so ready for this. Oh.
I just realised we didn't do a sound test for the TV.
Yeah, so be it.
Keep an eye on the thing. Oh, this is a new intro.
Yes, it is. Because, oh no, I don't think it is. No, Avengers had this.
You think so?
Yes.
Oh.
Avengers had this one, because it's still the flicky one. It's not, they haven't got any characters in there yet.
No, but they used to have flicky and not 3D. This one's 3D.
So, the screenwriters were asked in a question and answer, where are the rest of the Avengers? Because, you've got the Avengers now, where's Tony Stark? They answered that by saying that actually the film takes place over only 3 days.
So, hang on your left. Falcon, you can't beat a genetically enhanced super. It's not even genetic, an enhanced super soldier.
Indeed.
Oh, and he's not even sweating. Yeah, so it only happened in 3 days. So they could have phoned them, but they wouldn't have been able to get there, sort of thing. Still doesn't explain why they weren't called.
That's true. There is a lot of Washington monuments as well in this film. There's loads of them. So you saw Washington Monument. You saw the Capitol building behind them.
Oh, so Central Washington.
So lots of Washington DC places.
Actually, now that I think about it, I remember I don't think it was Washington DC, but the filmmakers were like, so we didn't expect to pitch our plans in a big metropolitan city. Go, yeah, okay, we'll just shut down 3 miles of freeway and do what you want.
What's really exciting about this is this has got one of my favourite sort of just visions of something. It's the book.
Now, funny thing, they rendered this film 350 times.
No way!
In 350 times. That book sequence has 17 different openings. I think it was 17. Anyway, Marvel got viewers to vote. Oh, hang on, here we go, on what's going to be it. And the top 5 changed per country.
This is the UK version.
I Love Lucy, Moon Landing, Berlin Wall.
No, it's not. That's the American version.
Steve Jobs.
That's the American version, because the UK version has different ones.
Yeah, the top 5 changes per country. But they all do have the bottom 5, including Star Wars and such. And apparently there was very hot debates about what should go on there.
Of course, they've got Star Wars on there. Disney are in there.
You could probably have Star Wars on there, even if you weren't owned by Disney.
They've got Trek on there, haven't they? Oh, that's a good joke.
Hey fellas, either one of you know where the Smithsonian is? I'm here to pick up a fossil.
They rented a car.
I bet.
How much do you think that car is probably worth?
6 figures.
Oh, if not more.
I've been to the Smithsonian.
Have you?
When I was in Washington, yeah.
What did you think of the Smithsonian?
Quinjet. Do the thing where you jump out of a plane without a parachute. Do the thing where you jump out of a plane without a parachute.
He's going to do the thing where he jumps out of a plane without a parachute.
I'm going to wait for it.
So what did you think of the Smithsonian?
Great. I thought it was really well laid out, and obviously it's renowned for having a bigger maze beneath ground as it does above ground.
So, what I love about this film is there's so many characters in it that you're introduced to, and they're not even main characters, they're side characters.
I only recognise that guy because I saw him in the honest trailers. He's not a good guy.
Again, he's in Civil War.
Is he?
Yeah.
He survives?
Which one? The one who's talking right now?
Yeah.
He's in Civil War.
Really?
Yeah.
What
When
does
we
he
get
do?
to Civil War, you'll see him.
What did he do?
Remember him. That's all I'm going to say. Remember him.
Alright.
So this is the Strike Team.
Okay.
It's called Strike Team because Cap's team when in World War II was the Strike Team, I believe.
You do anything fun Saturday night?
Well, all the guys from my barbershop quartet are dead, so...
The comedy in this is very good.
Well, specifically, what they're doing quite nicely is they're basically pitching Cap as a man still out of his time and sort of battling his way through it. And they said some interesting things, like, from a man born in the 40s...
Joshua.
He did the thing where he jumped out of a plane without a parachute! He did the thing! They said, yeah, like... man, be crazy. This would kill you.
Would you not use the shield because it's made out of vibranium? Would you not use that as like impact?
You would crumple into the shield and then you're dead. Like, falls over 250 feet and 95 to 98% fatal. Now, as they joked on Screen Junkies, this is the man who doesn't skip leg day.
Well, actually, it's kind of because they wanted to come up with a different fighting style for him. Because
but look, they are making him stealthy. See, guys, you can play stealthy characters in role-playing games. Hang on.
Oh, the shield. Now, the shield just doesn't follow physics at all.
Oh, no. And that's what Spider-Man said. That shield just... That was a great kick. But basically, yeah, they were trying to say... I remember them saying in the Honest Trailer sort of review, they said, well, he's a guy with a frisbee.
Oh, and you're gone.
I bet that was a Wilhelm scream.
Yeah, probably.
And they're like, so you can't really change what he does, but you can sort of change, like, themes of it. Oh my word, that is dark for Cap.
Whoa.
It's weird. I mean, I don't want to be poking holes in stories, but just because he got a super serum doesn't make him instantly amazing at everything.
But then what's the point of having a super serum?
But anyway, They did upgrade his uniform, and obviously they're showing off like.
So they upgraded his uniform.
Yeah, so it's
Notice about the shield though. Very important thing about the shield.
It's blank.
It doesn't have the magnetic thing.
What do you mean the magnetic thing?
So there's no magnets on the shield to get it back onto his arm.
Interesting. So why is that?
So I feel like it's because it would have ruined the balance of the shield. So he was just like, no, I don't want it.
Maybe they switch between takes. Hey, bad guy's French.
Aren't all bad guys French? Sorry, aren't all French bad guys? Sorry.
But they are showing us this is a very different Captain America film. He's not just being like sort of action hero. You've got down like to earth, hard combat.
That's a UFC fighter.
Is he?
Yeah. So when I first watched this, I thought that was the same guy who played Darth Maul. It's not. He's a UFC fighter.
That's just a little unnecessary.
Oh. In the comics, do you know who trained Natasha Romanoff?
No.
It was the Winter Soldier.
Really?
Yeah, really.
But how can she be so young?
What do you mean?
I mean, the Winter Soldier. Oh, was the Winter Soldier not on ice?
I don't know. In the comics.
Oh, that's how it worked. Oh.
And actually, in this film, Natasha Romanoff is meant to be a year older than Captain America. But Chris Evans is 3 years older than Scarlett Johansson.
Fair play.
Now this is cool. Would this ever happen? Like,
Doing this kind of maneuver?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, definitely. Like, that is 100% the thing. So this kind of maneuvering around the sides or around the ship head, yeah, like forces that have to deal with very tense situations have to use every angle possible, especially and including the ones which are very hard to access. Because if you do something unexpected, people are less likely to be able to react properly.
Mm-hmm. Oh, there are the gloves. Her very famous electric gloves.
That were used in Avengers.
Yes, they were indeed.
So they're doing.
Again,
they're doing much longer takes on this.
This is like her second or her third hairstyle. Because like in like Iron Man 2, she has like curly ginger hair, and now she's got like proper straight ginger hair. And that's Jasper Sidwell. We've seen him in a number of things.
Go on.
So he was in the On the Way to Thor's Hammer. No, sorry, not that one.
Oh, that guy, the one sitting down. Yeah.
He was also in a previous Avengers film, I think. Or Thor, or something like that.
I told you.
This guy.
Shield doesn't negotiate.
Now, that was expertly done. One single bullet for every target.
Well, that's why they're strike team and they're not idiots. Oh.
So is that why that guy has a fight sequence with Captain to sort of because he's a celebrity?
I think so.
Romanoff missed the running point, Captain. Hostiles are still in play. That truck's on the move. Circle back to Rome to protect the hostages. Natasha.
Yeah, they said they were trying to make use of longer sort of shots to have a more grounded action.
I like this view. That view there,
The side
this
one.
really zoomed out version.
And like this is generally the difference between good and bad action. Really bad action cuts so close that you can't see what anyone's doing because the actors can't actually fight. So we're like, well, if we make it blurry, you can sort of imagine this is cool. Good action takes a bit of a step back and goes, actually, I can show you what's going on because they're actually doing good stuff. So you see it very much in Japanese films. So Japanese martial arts film, they'd have long shots of people just doing stuff. Whereas in very bad action films, especially American and British,
It will cut in now.
they'll go like... Whereas in this, they're they're basically doing a very nice mixture of both. Hey, you've got a hat here.
He looks so young there. He looks so young.
So yeah, so you can see that they're sort of they're cutting in, but they're also cutting out because they're actually doing stuff. That's cool. Ding dong.
What are you doing?
Backing up the hard drive. It's a good habit to get into.
She's not wrong.
It is. Nice downloading animations that don't exist in any computer system in the world.
No. But this happens in all films, doesn't it? This happens in all the films.
It does.
Like...
What was she saying, by the way? Just saying like, oh, I had different order missions.
Yeah, different orders, different missions.
Okay. That one's on me.
So that guy's escaped, doesn't he?
I'm not quite sure where he'd escape to because he's in a ship. Technically, it's anchored, but like it's still in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah,
I can't
we don't see him
I
again.
can't. Yeah, I know, but you can't see. I can't see how he would escape.
Okay. Here we are. This is the Triskelion.
Did we see it before this?
No.
Well, Triskelion.
And there is the big shield logo.
You just can't stop yourself from lying, can you? I didn't lie. Romanov had a different mission than you.
So is this his third film?
Iron Man,
I sent the greatest soldier in history.
Thor. No, Avengers.
No,
Iron
Captain
Man.
America.
Iron Man, Thor.
It wasn't
And,
him, Thor.
and credits of Thor.
It wasn't him, was it? No. Was it? Yes, it was. Well, yes,
Iron
it
Man,
was.
end
And
credits
of
of Thor.
Avengers. This is his fourth film then.
Yeah.
No, Iron Man 2. Definitely an Iron Man 2.
Yeah. Okay. So fifth.
That's crazy because he did a 9-film thing.
But this is his first big film. This is the first time he gets his own sequences.
Rubbish. Avengers.
Big sequences. The car chase in this. That I remember.
Sorry, excuse me. Excuse me. There was a car chase at the beginning of the...
He wasn't in that. Did he say Nicolas Cage?
Nicolas J. Fury.
Now, it's funny, his grandfather did operate an elevator.
That is funny. That is very funny.
Were you going to say something similar?
No, actually, I was just gonna. I was actually gonna mention about what Samuel L. Jackson actually thinks of Nicolas J. Fury. He basically feels that everything that comes out of his mouth is a lie in some sense, like everything. Whether it be, sometimes he has to even think that is he lying to himself or not.
I mean, honestly, there comes a point where you've been so long in the industry, you have to ask, are you just living the industry?
Do you think that Nick Fury, is a good guy or a bad guy?
Ooh. It's helicarrier meets battleships.
Heliship.
Also, I can't remember if you said it now, but like at some point there's a line like, "Oh yeah, Stark decided to have a look at the propulsion."
It's about to come up.
And don't get me wrong, those are damn cool. Is there only one Quinjet? No, there's lots.
No,
of
there's lots of them.
There's lots of them.
So yeah, do you think that Nick Fury is a good guy or a bad guy?
See,
This is Project Insight.
Insight.
Next generation helicarriers synced to a network of targeting satellites. Launch preliminary install. Once we get them in the air, they never need to come down. Continuous suborbital flight courtesy of our new repulsor. Stark? He had a few suggestions once he got an up-close look at our...
He did get very up close. In fact, he got up close and whirled around by them. So, firstly, I want to say he's a good guy at the end of it. He is always on the side of good. He's always fighting for good. But, as they say, the road to hell is paved with good intentions. he almost paved the road to hell with this. What is he making now? What he willingly said, this is my super secret badass weapon, then turn against him. So you have to wonder, even if your intentions are good, your actions do benefit evil. And in fact, you could say that S.H.I.E.L.D. trying to open the Tesseract was the reason why the first Avengers came into being.
Yeah.
His good intentions don't outweigh the fact that his actions are so easily manipulated.
Yeah. It's really interesting thing, because actually sometimes I think that, look, I always think
He's got a motorbike!
that is a very, very, very new motorbike at the time. Very, very new. It's like it's Harley's first motorbike in like 13 or 14 years.
Was it?
Yeah. Right, so there should be an escalator here, or something, and you might see a director that you might know very, very well.
So isn't it?
Coming down those stairs right now, over there, with that small child, that's Joss Whedon.
Is it?
It is.
Aww. Hey, it's Smithsonian.
I'm not sure about Nick Fury, to be honest. As I said, I think everything. It seems like everything he's doing is for good reason, for good intentions. But he just doesn't work hard enough.
When you say it doesn't work hard enough, what do you mean by that?
He doesn't sort of.
That kid's a smart one. He has nothing better to do than perv on kids in the Smithsonian.
I think he doesn't. He thinks he sees everything, but he doesn't.
Well, clearly he doesn't. Clearly, well, funny you should mention that. You clearly can say he's half blind.
Yeah.
How did he lose his eye?
Not gonna say anything. Not wanting to say anything.
Okay, alright.
Not wanting to say anything.
Wait, really? Nick Fury?
Not wanting to say anything.
Okay, I say nothing.
The viewers at home understand why, especially when they listen to the podcast.
What's
They'll
about
know why.
what's about to happen, or what has happened?
They'll know why. I don't want to say anything, Joshua.
Okay, don't. Oh, Peggy Carter. Yeah. It is hard to put him on the side, because here's the thing: a good character, a good motivated character that ends up doing more harm than good. Well, is that a good character?
Maybe.
It's hard to say. Ooh, the person they digitally aged.
I was about to say, yeah, this is all digital makeup. It's not physical makeup.
But it's the kind of stuff they already did with Cap, trying to make him younger and smaller.
Yeah.
Oh, and for a film that has very limited visual effects, there's like 6 or 7 visual effects that the studio is working on this.
Yeah. That's funny, because actually the and this is completely off topic, but not really. The visual effects, or the VES, for this year, the YouTube channel Collider did an interview with the Russo brothers and then the visual effects people in Infinity War, and it was really interesting to listen to that and listen to some of the things they were saying.
Do you think Infinity War pushed any sort of visual effects boundaries?
Thanos.
What about him? Or you just really liked him?
I think that.
Because I think we've seen Thanos. I would argue we've seen Thanos before in Gollum with Andy Serkis. We've seen Thanos before in Avatar with Jake Sully. I don't really think Thanos brings anything as sort of a visual effects phenomenon.
What, the snapping? Yes, that's what we're referring to. We'll call it the snapping.
It's I don't think it really pushes the boundaries of visual effects. In some ways, I think Alita does a better job of that.
Yeah, I can see that. I can understand why.
Isn't Black Panther up for an Academy Award?
I think so. A number, I think. That was the news. I knew I forgot something.
Hey.
It was the fact that Black Panther's up for a number of.
By the way, what are they
Academy
talking
Awards.
about?
They're just talking about the past and the time difference between them. She's about to die.
Wait, does she have dementia?
No, but she was so grateful that he actually came back. Interesting.
Open the Marion Star satellite launch file.
Access denied.
Run decryption.
Decryption failed.
Director override. Fury, Nicholas J.
Override denied. All files sealed.
On whose authority?
Fury, Nicholas J.
Curious.
Indeed.
If Nick Fury thinks he can get his costume of thugs and striped commandos to mop up his mess, he's sadly mistaken. This failure is unacceptable.
So, this is Robert Redford.
Who?
Robert Redford plays Alexander Pierce.
Is this council's duty to oversee SHIELD?
Robert Redford only wanted to be in this film so his grandchildren could see him.
Ah, so this is the guy.
Shield vessel in broad daylight.
To the record, Councilman, he's Algerian. I can draw a map of it now.
I appreciate your wit, Secretary Pierce.
He is a very good actor, Academy Award winner.
Really?
Very, very good actor.
I don't care about one vote.
Now,
About the fleet.
do you think this would exist? The holographic meeting-y style?
I mean, you can already have holographic meetings. It's just the setup's a little weird with the curved screen. I guess it's meant to make them actually look like they're sitting there,
Well, yeah, because the chairs are there.
but like, it's still a little bizarre. Well, yeah, like basically, it is, as they say, extra. It is completely unnecessary, but they've done it anyway. That's how I describe it.
I work 20 floors away, and it takes a hijacking for you to visit. I nuclear war with you too. Busy in there? Look at some earmarks. I'm here to ask a favor. I want you to call for a vote. Project Insight has to be delayed. Nick, it's not a favor. That's a subcommittee. In the long run, nothing probably is nothing. I just need time to make sure there's something. Then we'll both be damn glad when someone gets
So, he's the director of S.H.I.E.L.D.,
Yeah,
and then there's the World Security Council above them.
yeah.
So who's anyone above them?
I mean, you can try and fudge it either way. I'm not really sure. So if I get it correct, he's confused why there's a thing locked on his orders.
So he needs more time to understand why.
I swear to miss a plastic bag. I thought it was an IED.
some stuff you leave there.
Oh, these veterans.
These are veterans. He's on a counselling thing. Well, I think this is very noble of someone. It's such an important job.
It's up to you.
Have you heard about all the problems with veterans? There's a lot of them.
22 suicides or something a year.
Something like that. And the amount of jobs they can't get because they have no skills.
I mean, here's
They
the thing:
say-
they have skills, but you know the what's
Not
it,
skills to pay the
trope,
bills.
the trope is I'm a homeless American Vietnam vet sort of thing.
Standard PJ rescue op. Nothing they ain't done.
Anthony Mackie,
RPG and alcohol stuff.
what do you think about him?
I like Anthony Mackie. I think he brings a good sense of humour to the film. He really wants to be in this film. He messaged Marvel. He emailed Marvel a lot to get back to him. Kevin Feige saw him and was like, I like him, I want him. And he wanted to be in this film so much because he wanted to be an African American superhero.
Giving the orders is
Yeah, outside of War Machine,
Yeah.
he's the second.
Yeah.
And
Well, there are two War Machines, so third. But yes.
oh, okay, one character.
alternate fighting. Just a great idea.
Would you consider Nick Fury a superhero though? So
That's a good question.
yeah,
So he doesn't have anything super about him, but nor does Tony Stark.
nope.
Tony Stark has the abilities, has technology, and so does he. Oh man, I'm waiting for the thing coming up because the Russo brothers made a very funny comment about it.
Oh really?
So now people did ask, oh, why is he not wearing a bulletproof vest that he had in Avengers? And they said, well, he's traveling home from work. He's not like going on a battle cruiser.
It's true. Notice all the cars are Chevrolet cars. Chevrolet was the first sponsor of this film.
Oh, damn. I remember when this happened going,
Recommend anesthetic injection.
I definitely remember going to see this in the cinema.
DC Metro Police
I remember going to see this in the cinema and
Yes.
thinking,
what is
what
going
the fuck is going on?
Basically.
Get me out of here.
Now, I know that the president's, like, limousine is bulletproof.
No such thing as bulletproof, but very bullet resistant. Now, could this be a real car? I want to say yeah. I want to say you could make a real car like this. This is total overkill. Like you
The
can
battering
have
ram.
you can have hand battering rams. Like the fact that this is a mechanized battering ram.
integrity compromised.
But do you think the window would not shatter immediately with the first hit of the battering ram?
Honestly, plastic bulletproof glass is very, very strong. That's actually a reasonable reaction.
Deploying countermeasures. Window integrity 19%. Offensive measures advised. Window integrity
That
1%.
1%. I love how he's got like a little minigun in the fucking
Yeah.
armrest.
Take that.
Now online.
Drive! See, I just love this scene. I think it's
That's awesome. It has the car driving itself. He's shooting. That's a fantastic set piece. It's imaginative. It's exciting.
different. It's so
Yes.
different. We've seen nothing like that before.
Exactly. Also, I think this is the first time that we've seen an AI that's not Jarvis do that kind of stuff.
Yep.
But obviously Jarvis has more personality. This is more functional.
Yeah, well, this is the thing. In the office, that he was just speaking to the computer. Again, that seems very much like.
Yeah, it's a functional thing. You're
Yeah.
right. You're right. Oh, nice low ground shot. Not even seeing anything. Yeah, I like this. No, that was it. Look, it had a nice build up. It has a nice movement on.
Traffic alert on Roosevelt Bridge. All vehicles stop.
So, Roosevelt Bridge. This is a really important one. This is the first film they ever closed Roosevelt Bridge for.
Really?
Really.
Damn.
I feel like the bullets would have ricocheted.
So firstly, he's firing from behind, so no, it wouldn't. If it would have ricocheted, it would have ricocheted past the car.
Okay.
If you imagine sort of it bouncing off like a pool cue. That, however, is lethal. He's right next to the car. High Inception. Now you're firing from in front where there's still bulletproof glass, so that's okay. That car, however, shouldn't be driving because its windshield is cracked over the driver.
Oh,
no.
that's good.
Actually, no, that's over the passenger one. Oh, those cars do not skid. Fury pissed.
But they're also Chevrolets.
Oh, also, I just realised. Yeah, one of the reasons they thought it was fun to have Star Wars is because Nick Fury, obviously Mace Windu.
Of course, yes.
They've shoved several different set pieces into this, and it's
Yeah.
still going. That is astonishing.
It's just a really great fight
And
scene.
it's done fantastically.
Oof! Oof!
Amazing. Two cars with one truck.
Calculating route to secure location.
Here we see.
Oh boy.
So, Winter Soldier meant to be the antithesis of Captain America.
Yeah.
So much so, Captain America's uniform hides his eyes. Winter Soldier's hides his mouth.
No, Winter Soldier hides.
His mouth.
Interesting. No, hiding top half and bottom half. Now, they said for what's coming up, they called this his lightsaber, and so what they wanted to have a blooper where they just go and cut through the ground.
I'm surprised it was blue. I'm surprised they didn't make it pink.
Purple. No.
Purple.
Yeah. He's not wearing a helmet. Kids, don't do this. Don't be like Cat.
Also, don't leave your very expensive Harley Davidson motorbike in the open.
I gotta go though.
So, this is the first time we see Sharon Carter.
My aunt. She's kind of an
Is that him? Is that her?
That is Sharon Carter, Agent 13.
Hey, if you want, you're welcome to use my machine. Might be cheaper than one basement.
Oh yeah? What's it cost?
Cup of coffee?
Coffee?
Thank you. I already have a load downstairs, and I even don't want my scrubs in your machine. I just finished a rotation in the infectious disease.
Well, keep my desk.
Is she a doctor?
No, she's just SHIELD agent
I finished a rotation in the infectious shield.
in disease ward.
Yeah.
She's undercover as a SHIELD agent, as a doctor.
Oh. Missed that. Sorry, I was skipping forward like.
You
a
are skipping
film.
forward. No, you're not even skipping forward a film. It's skipping forward about 20 minutes.
Ah.
Or even not 10 minutes, 20 minutes, about 5 minutes.
Because he heard the music. Was there something about the books?
There's some books there that are quite interesting. A lot on World War II, and a lot on things that happened
Has he
since
got
World
a
War II.
shield? He has his shield, just left at home.
Of course he has a shield. No, he has a shield with him all times. It's Captain America.
The hell am I seeing?
I don't remember giving you a key. You really think I'd need one? My wife kicked me out. Didn't know you were married. A lot of things you don't know about me.
Do you think he could ever be married?
Work comes first.
I'm sorry to have to do this, but I had no place else to crash. Who else knows about it?
So no one expected this.
Just
He types far too damn fast.
my friend.
Predictive text, my friend.
Is that what we are? That's up to you.
Oof.
Oh my lord!
Oof.
Are we friends? That's up to you. Bang bang, you're dead.
Trust anyone.
Captain, I'm Agent 13 of SHIELD Special Service.
See?
That's right.
Sent to protect you.
On whose order?
On his.
Yes.
Oh man, so
Foxtrot is down because I'm responsive. I need EMTs.
off he goes.
Oof! One window to another.
Similar to the way they did it in Fast 7 with the cartoon.
Well, which came first?
This one came way before.
Also, Fast 7 made less. Anyway. Ooh,
I love that shot.
That is a good shot.
Ooh, the wall!
And that shot was great. It moved so damn fast, jumping. Like it was almost like one hit, one move.
Yep. And the throw and the catch!
The money shot, the trailer shot.
That is the trailer money shot. And the fact that he just got pushed back.
Which means that was thrown really hard.
Yeah, it was.
Double B, Bucky Barnes.
Well, at this point we don't know that yet.
No, we don't.
So no
What's
spoiler.
the name of
Winter
Cap again?
Soldier.
No.
Oh,
Is it a alliteration?
Steve Rogers, no.
Fast, but strong.
Now, can you spot the directors or director?
Is he one of the doctors?
Mm-hmm.
Let's have a look.
Oh, there's Kobe Smulders.
No red flag, completely untraceable. Spoke with me.
Maria Hill. Very, very important person.
Is he the one between them?
He's the main one.
Oh, yeah, that makes sense.
That one. That's Joe Russo, I think. I think it's Joe. It's Joe or Anthony, I think it's Joe. But there's Kobe Smulders, and you saw Jasper Silva behind her, and you also saw Grumlow, who's the head of the strike team. All there. So there he is.
Man, I did not remember this happening. I can imagine in the cinema going, what the hell, they've just killed Fury?
I know.
Gets one good action scene and that's it?
Yeah.
He's out?
Yeah. There's so many different phases to this film.
I mean, look, it has a 3-act structure, but you know, people were saying it brings in like sort of a wide emotional range, a big right. It really does.
Yeah.
We are, what?
20 minutes, 30 minutes?
Yeah, you've got to the end of the first act really damn fast. You've seen a massive amount of things. Now, Black Widow. What did you think of Black Widow before this film?
To be honest, if I was to look before the Avengers, she was Fury's number 2. Then after the Avengers, with the introduction of Maria Hill, again, she felt like a number 2 or number 3. Like sort of, you've got sort of the Coulson, Maria Hill, Hawkeye, Romanoff, like barrier.
Hawkeye was meant to be in this, but they couldn't work
He
him in.
was, yeah, but there was no reason for him to be there.
They couldn't work him in, yeah. You're absolutely right.
That's how I feel that she was. In this film, she becomes her own person.
This is her, like, she's never going to get a solo film. This is the closest she gets to a solo film, I think.
Not to ruin your...
Now,
not to burst your bubble.
Is she having a solo film?
But they're making her have a solo film soon.
Now, people did say, why did they trust the fate of the world to that many bubblegums? It's like, well, it is also like a bubblegum. I think...
But one of the funny things in the Honest Trailers discussion was the question, how much did Hubba Bubba have to pay over someone else?
I think what's particularly interesting about Romanoff is, I think you're right, she's like a number 1 to number 2, she follows orders. This one is the first time that actually she's more of a free agent. She's a superhero in her own right. She's a superhero who's better at taking orders, but will absolutely go off and do her own thing if that's what she so desires.
And he comes to me with a plan. He wants to storm the building through the sewer. I said, no, we'll negotiate. Turned out the ELN did negotiate, so they put out a kill order. They stormed the basement. And what do they find? They find it empty.
He's such a good actor, Robert Redford.
Is he in the other films?
No. This is the only film he's in. But...
So you gave him a promotion. I've never had any cause to regret. Captain, why was Nick in your apartment last night? I don't know. No, it was Bob. I did.
What was the anecdote just before about?
I tell you, he was the one.
Nick, when he met Nick Fury.
He stormed a base.
He was going on a mission and decided that he wanted to use the sewers to storm the building.
And it worked or it didn't?
It worked.
Oh, there he is. He's captured.
Ah!
I forgot
about that.
Safe house in Algiers. You saying he's a suspect? Assassination isn't Batrock's line. It's more complicated than that. Batrock was hired anonymously to attack the Lemurian star. He was contacted by email and paid by wire transfer. And then the money was run through 17 fictitious accounts. The last one going to a holding company. It was registered to a Jacob Beach. Am I supposed to know who that is? Not likely. Beach died 6 years ago. His last address was 1435 Elmhurst Drive. When I first met Nick, his mother lived at 1437. Are you saying Fury hired the pirates? Why? With the prevailing theory?
That's the interesting thing.
Was it the hijacking?
Did Fury hire the pirates?
Position and sale of classified intelligence.
I
Sour and that led to Nick's death.
can't imagine why he would have.
He really
Like, what did the pirates have? The pirates had something on their hard drive that he wanted.
No, the pirates took over the ship. It's a shield ship.
Oh, and then he took the things out of it before blowing the ship up.
Oh, or yes, backing up the hard drive.
handshaking the rhetoric. But to build a really better world sometimes means having to tear the old one down.
That's interesting.
That makes enemies.
Good actor.
Those people that call you dirty because you got the guts to stick your hands in the mud and try to build something better. And the idea that those people could be happy today makes me really, really angry.
Do you know what's interesting?
Go on.
Captain America on his belt has a pistol holder. He never carries. He never shoots a gun.
He did in World War II,
Ask again.
but not outside of it.
You told me not to trust him. I wonder.
Also, the last man that he knew who tried to tear down the world and remake him new, one had a funny mustache and the other one had red skin.
Sorry. That's for his last one. Excuse me.
This is the last time we'll see Captain
Oh,
America.
he has
in
his shield is coloured.
Somebody murdered
Yes.
his friend. I'm going to find out why.
It's weird because in the first scene it wasn't. It was very pale. Yes. In this it's much more colourful. I don't know why that happened. It must have just been something.
I think, look, it's a choice. Maybe they're like, you're going on a secret mission. You don't want to be drawing out, so just
But there's only one shield. He doesn't have more than one shield.
paint job.
Maybe so. This is the last time we'll see Captain America in this getup. They've actually deleted a scene of him throwing the suit away so that they track him to elsewhere.
Great shit coming up, by the way.
Do you like this scene?
I've watched this many a time on YouTube because it is. This entire film has emphasized so much good about choreography, about set pieces, and also set pieces that develop. It's one of the hardest things in role-playing games to get right because in a game where you can't script stuff out, having like set pieces that develop is amazing. And I'll talk as this next engagement goes on. Like, it's marvelous. It's almost like someone took a challenge. We've had like big action scenes are like something. What's the smallest action scene we can do? And they picked an
Smallest place for action.
Yeah, smallest place, and they picked an elevator.
Do you know what's even better than that? Is that the line before they start fighting.
Oh yeah,
I think
but
it
like
just,
the thing is, the build up for this, they're not making any hint. Cap's already seen their hand on the pistol. He's already you can already tell by his eyes he's looking nervous.
But also, I think you must be able to feel the tension.
But that's the point. The point is, build up is exciting, and you're getting the feeling like something's about to happen. You got the left, the right, focusing on the eyes. Also, very much on the eyes. It's a very Western thing to build tension. So, like, we're seeing this as Cap sees this. And as Cap gets the idea that something's wrong, we all get the idea that something's wrong. But because he doesn't look worried, we're like, this is going to be good, boys. In reality, you're boned.
Before we get started, does anyone want to get out?
And they just realise he knows what's going on.
And off we go. Bam, 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 bam. So multi-phase. First phase, ambush. And you start to see, oh shit, they've got this thing. And they introduce, it's a very powerful magnet. You get the idea it's a powerful magnet. Anyway, into combat. Fast action pieces, making use of limited space.
Really slow as well.
And then suddenly we're into second phase. He can't use an arm.
Mobilize strike units 26th floor.
Now already most of the thing is already down. He's doing some good stuff there. Third phase, he's free. over.
It's over. But then he kicks up the shield,
Yeah.
and it goes straight on. It gets
It's great. Maybe not. Now, he should be flying at this point, because the first thing that lifts do is obviously, well, they fall.
Yeah.
Maybe not.
Glass everywhere.
It's very strong glass.
You were saying?
You shouldn't be able to do that. Also, you shouldn't be able to do this.
And someone would have died
Or
from
this. Yeah, no, you are 100% dead.
that. No, but I mean, someone underneath might have died from that as well.
Oh, right. Yeah, that's kind of lucky.
Are you kidding me? He's headed for the garage. Lies down the bridge.
They get the Quinjets out already to stop Captain Rogers.
Yeah, now in reality, he's dead. As soon as that gun fires way faster than the guns are... he's dead.
They would have burst a tire.
Not burst a tire, like, they... Oh boy.
Look at the laws of physics here. Watch this.
So,
It's like, what is going on?
I'm trying... Okay, he is...
That is just...
Okay, that
and
is...
Then, and then he catches as he
Yeah,
jumps
no,
down.
that's totally ridiculous, but it's really awesome.
It would have been even more ridiculous if he landed on the motorbike.
I mean, he's not playing you as a role-playing character. Because I know that's the sort of thing you
That's
do.
the sort of
And I
thing.
want to land on the motorbike. You land on the motorbike. Rawr.
Shut all runways at BWI,
Um,
IAD, and Reagan. All
Amazing little set piece they threw in. They didn't have to, they did. No, but in reality, those Gatling guns fire so fast, he's not getting more than 10 meters before he's dead. Unfortunately, that is the case. Because guns are boring. Guns are really quite efficient and really quite good.
Conducting a manhunt for Captain America. We deserve to know why.
Because he lied to us. Captain Rogers has information regarding the death of Director Fury. He refused to share it. As difficult as this is to accept, Captain America is a fugitive from S.H.I.E.L.D.
Stephen Rogers. So notice, this is where the scene would have been where he
dumped the
suit.
Yeah.
And now he goes back to his vending machine to get some bubblegum. Is that not a great way of introducing the character back into it again?
Mm-hmm. It's amazing.
Where is it safe?
Do better.
Where did you get it?
Why would I tell you?
Fury gave it to you. Why?
What's on it?
I don't know.
Stop lying.
I don't act like I know everything, Rogers.
Maybe you should have pirates the money.
All makes sense. The ship was dirty. Fury needed a way in. So do you.
I'm not gonna
He hired the pirates.
But the ship was dirty?
Because he realised that something was going on.
Oh.
So he hired the pirates
So that he could have
he
send...
can find out what's going on.
He's credited with over 2 dozen assassinations in the last 15 years.
Seems a ghost story.
5 years ago, I was escorting a nuclear engineer out of Iran. Somebody shot out my tires near Odessa. We lost control.
Odessa's in Ukraine.
That pulled us out.
I've been there.
The soldier was there. I was covering my engineer, so he shot him straight through me.
Do you trust Romanoff? In this situation, do you trust Romanoff? You've been told by Nick Fury,
Trust no one.
trust no one. Do you trust Romanoff?
The thing is, he's already seen Romanoff act on different orders.
I know I've tried.
I don't think you can.
It's a ghost story.
So why does he?
Um,
Let's find out what the ghost wants.
Why does he choose to trust Romanoff?
so, he's seen Romanoff act on different orders. Why should he not be acting on anyone else's orders? You could say because she acted on Fury's orders, he believes she's acting for Fury. So if she acts for Fury, she's good for Fury. The other thing you could say is, because she clearly could be in a position to do harm to his cause, but she's not, so you have to go with that. Really, it actually comes down to an element of trust. You have to say, I have no option but to trust her, which is actually perfect by her, because if you are being an agent and your ultimate aim is to have your own way, putting everyone else in a position where they have to trust you, the best way forward.
But I think that she She is a superhero. She is good. She is always.
So she's done bad things in the past. She is good now, and actually she joins Starkside, doesn't she, in Civil War? So technically that puts her on the side of lawful good.
Literally.
Yeah.
He's Clark Kent.
Yeah, basically you put on glasses, no one recognizes him. Wow, like Nick Fury can decrypt that, but Apple's got that shit on lockdown. Yeah, man, there's an app for that.
I love it. There's an app to open this. That's quite funny.
This is the part where you bring in Jarvis.
Again, all Chevrolets.
Yeah. No, that doing that in an Apple store?
Yes, they are.
God, how much did Apple pay for that?
Quite a bit, I'm assuming. But these are Apple. These are MacBooks that have USB slots.
Yeah, so they're old.
Yeah.
In reality, they'd be like, man, this doesn't fit. Does anyone have an adapter?
Congratulations. Where are you guys thinking about going? New Jersey. I have the exact same glasses.
Wow, you two are practically twins.
Yeah, I wish. Specimen. You guys need anything? I've been Aaron, thank you.
Great. Lovely.
Got it.
Comedy comes through very well once you've done like Arrested Development and
Yes,
Community.
it does. Because that is exactly what should happen.
Yes.
Behind to cross.
You build up tension and then you release it.
Make us on the gauge. You hit the south escalator.
Again, this is one of my favourite scenes as well.
I don't remember this.
Just trying to get out of the shopping mall.
Great little piece of just being discussed.
Oof.
Give me a floor rundown.
Negative on 3.
Negative on 2.
Snake the upper levels. Work down to me.
Kiss me. Public displays of affection make people very uncomfortable.
Very clever.
But do you think that Rumlow should have actually worked that one out?
Exactly what I would use.
No,
No.
she... Look, when you're... Like, have you ever tried finding someone in a crowd and then they just turn out to be... You remember when I tried to find you in the food hall? I was going up and down. I didn't look at the star. I was like, yeah, blank. Like,
Sorry to interrupt. She literally just said, when did Captain America learn to steal a car? That is a reference to the 1990 film Captain America, where he steals a lot of cars for Americans.
Oh, but you do not have to answer. I feel like you don't answer it.
And also, this was quite a good joke. Sorry to interrupt your story.
Not bad, huh?
I didn't say that.
what did she say?
Is that the first kiss you've had since 1945?
Practice is
No need practice.
Everybody needs
It
practice.
was not my first kiss since 1945. I'm 95, not dead.
Nobody special then?
Believe it or not, it's kind of hard to find someone with shared life experience.
Oh, it's alright. Just make something up.
Well, like you.
Oh, the truth is a matter of circumstances. Not all things don't happen all the time. Never mind.
It's a tough way to live.
It's a good way not to die, though.
Sorry. So yes, food hall. You were walking up and down.
Yeah, and I was looking, and I had I didn't expect you to... They're playing quite heavily on the green and the orange, on her orange hair, green eyes. Yeah, I didn't expect you to be in one position, so I wasn't looking for it. If you're not looking for a couple kissing, you're not looking for a couple kissing, and that's something you just pass over.
Yeah.
Now, why they didn't use the cameras, because S.H.I.E.L.D. seems to hack into everything, why they didn't use cameras just to, like, look at this, I couldn't tell you.
This is it?
So I say this is probably about halfway through the film. I think we're about halfway now.
Uh-huh. Oh, was this where he trained?
This is where he trained.
How did they get onto this again? They looked on the USB and...
And they found the location of... Who knows?
Change much?
Oh, the flagpole. Aww.
I'm really glad they did that.
Because this is it's his way of sort of coming to terms with the past.
Yeah.
What is it?
Army regulations forbid storing munitions within 500 yards of the barracks. This building's in the wrong place.
This building's in the wrong place.
I mean, it's a trope that's used quite regularly.
A strategic scientific reserve.
It's the shield.
Maybe where it started.
In the wrong place.
Strategic Homeland Intervention, Enforcement and Logistics Division.
You're Stark's father.
So they're the three
Peggy
founders.
Stark, and was that
That was Tommy Lee Jones.
Yeah,
That was the
it was.
yeah. That was the major.
yeah, there we go.
The three founders of Shield.
Draft. That's all good things
It's
have.
interesting, like how quickly he finds things like that.
I mean, you could say movie logic.
Yeah.
Why do you need to hide the elevator?
Again, movie logic.
Movie tech, let's call it that.
Yeah.
Also, the hard part is, you know which numbers they are, how do you know which order they are in?
Again, movie magic.
Yeah.
Now this is a really interesting scene.
Also, new elevator.
Is it?
Well, it's not 1940s,
No.
not even 1980s. It's just flat out new.
Yeah.
So that is pretty old. And also, they changed the color grading. Like, it's kind of bluish when you look at it this way. And kind of greenish.
So this is really, really important because we're about to speak to someone.
This
Mhm.
can't be the data police. Technology is ancient.
You actually have. Watch her put it in the wrong way first time. She didn't. You can tell it's a film.
So we're about to. This is I really like this because
Yes.
She didn't type Y, and you can tell she's not a hacker.
Shall we play a game?
so, do you know what that's from?
Movie that's well.
Yeah, it's from a film called War Game.
Oh. I've heard of that.
Yeah. Now this is straight out of the comic books.
Yeah.
Armin Zola always has a massive face. And again, I think we spoke about it in the first Avenger when he was looking through the magnifying glass. You saw a massive face.
Yeah.
You know this thing?
Arnim Zola was a German scientist who worked for the Red Skull. He's been dead for years.
First correction, I am Swiss. Second, look around you. I have never been more alive. In 1972, I received a terminal diagnosis. Science could not save my body. My mind, however, that was worth saving. On 200,000 feet of data banks. You
All using tape.
standing in my
Yeah.
way.
How did you get here?
In fighter time.
This operation paperclip after World War II.
That was a real operation.
1,500 German Nazi scientists, researchers, everything.
I did that with the Red Skull.
But I think that's
Hang
the.
on, I want.
Two more shall take its place.
Prove it.
Accessing archive. Hydra was founded on the belief that humanity could not be trusted with its own freedom.
Clip from the first film.
What we did not realize was that if you try to take that freedom, they resist. The war taught us much. Humanity needed to surrender its freedom willingly. After the war, SHIELD was founded, and I was grew a beautiful parasite inside Shield. For 70 years, Hydra has been secretly feeding Crisis, reaping war. And when history did not cooperate, history was changed.
That's impossible. Nobody stopped you.
Accidents will happen. Hydra created a world so chaotic that humanity
He doesn't have access to the internet because he's got Nick Fury's deceased.
security. Once the purification process is complete, Hydra's new world order will arise. We won, Captain.
And I like how the guns are a bit like the reverse Hail Hydra.
Yeah.
Zero sum. As I was saying,
What's on this drive?
Project Insight requires insight. So I wrote an algorithm.
What kind of algorithm? What does it do?
The answer to your question is fascinating. Unfortunately, you shall be too dead to hear it.
Again, does not follow the laws of physics.
Steve, we got a bogey. Short range ballistic. 30 seconds tops.
Who fired?
Shield.
I am afraid I have been stalling, Captain. Admit it, it's better this way. We are both of us out of time.
He's about to die?
Who's about to say?
The-
Solar?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Why would he sacrifice himself like, oh, to kill Captain America?
absolutely.
Also, that's unfortunately not how explosions work. As the air pressure wave comes in from the explosions, his insides are liquid. He is dead. It does not matter if you get in a hole. Oh.
And he used the shield to defend himself. It still wouldn't.
Unfortunately, the way air pressure works, it's... Oh,
This is the first time I think the film has ever
I think
stopped.
it's second, actually. It happened once at your place, I think.
Oh, that's a bit disappointing.
It is a little. We're good.
We are literally only halfway through this film.
Damn, son. Now, unfortunately, no. As the way air pressure works, it doesn't matter if you're holding a shield in front of it, it will still ripple through you, and it will liquefy you.
Okay.
The heat, the air pressure particularly. So unfortunately, they have died yet again.
Movie magic.
Uh-huh.
They're superheroes, Joshua. They're not regular men like me and you.
Well, one of them is.
So when they're searching for him, again, they would find him.
So you'd think that they could use thermal vision. You could argue very briefly that the heat of the explosion would sort of disguise them. But realistically, yes. They should have a plane searching around the perimeter, and they would see... Oh, I'm glad he found that.
Calling the asset.
They should be searching around the perimeter and see them escape. So yes, they should be caught. Now at this point, if you've seen the first American film, I think you saw just about enough of the face
Anything before I leave?
to... You can see just enough to make a conclusion.
No.
Yeah,
Hey, night.
Good night.
probably.
If you're very familiar with the first one,
Want some milk? The timetable is moved. Our window is limited. 2 targets, level 6. They already cost me Zola. I want confirmed death in 10 hours.
Sorry, Mr. Pierce,
Oh,
I forgot my phone.
Oh, Renata. I wish you would have knocked.
indeed.
he's not on his left.
There are so many scenes I keep forgetting that's in this film.
Hey, man. I'm sorry about this. We need a place to lay low.
Everyone we know is trying to kill us.
Not everyone.
Yeah, DC has a ridiculous population of police and cameras and all of that. Unfortunately, I don't think it's possible just to casually walk your way into it.
All I'm thinking now is Boromir. You can't
One does not simply walk
into DC.
He's huge.
He is. She gets around though. She likes to get around. She has a romantic relationship with Cap, and then
Well, here's the thing. They did say in this one they didn't want it to. They thought being romantic would be too typical. They said they wanted it to be more brother sister, close but platonic.
yeah.
And I think that comes across really well.
I thought I knew as I was telling, but
I just think that
I guess I can't put it.
you're never gonna lose that tension.
What tension do you mean?
Sort of the
Romantic tension?
yeah.
I don't think the thing is. I don't know. I feel like you can lose the tension. I feel like
The other way around.
I feel like the only tension you need is the one between character drives and motivations and procedures. I don't think you need romantic tension in order to make it work. Now, once again, trust comes up.
And I'm always honest.
I think this whole film's about trust.
I mean, you're not wrong. Everything is about trust. Who do you trust to protect you? Who do you trust to watch you? Who do you trust to work beside you?
Have me breakfast. You guys eat that.
So the question is, who at S.H.I.E.L.D. could launch a domestic missile strike?
Pierce.
Who happens to be sitting on top of the most secure building in the world?
He's not working alone. Zola's algorithm is on the Lumerian star.
Jets in the
Who's
background.
Jasper Sitwell?
Indeed. Well, he was a pilot.
So the real question is, have the two most wanted people in Washington kidnapped S.H.I.E.L.D. officers?
The answer is you don't.
What's this?
Call it a resume.
Is this Batman? Khalid couldn't be on mission. Who was you? You didn't say it was a pararescue.
Is this right?
Now he
I heard you burning chocolate because of your RPGs. What'd you use
Anthony
for?
Mackie.
These.
I feel like there's a line coming up.
I thought you said you were a pilot.
I never said Mark.
I can't ask you to do this.
Go on.
Anthony Mackie was not happy about the costume.
Yeah.
He wanted it to be like the comics. He wanted red. He wanted wings. He wanted birds.
You wanted the spandex.
He wanted the spandex.
What was it in the comics?
So it was sort of a red spandex suit with wings between the arm and the torso, and sort of like a white thing.
What's his name? Is it Falcon?
Falcon, yeah. So
Oh, that is
Stern.
Oh, we saw him in Iron Man 2.
We did. This is his
Oh.
last ever film he did.
Oh, because he died
He
after.
passed away. He this is live action. Sorry, he did the voice in Jungle Book as well.
Of
I don't know, but he did a voice
Oh,
in
probably-
2016 Jungle Book.
not Baloo, not Bagheera. I don't know.
But yes, this is his last live action role.
Oh wow. HTC devices.
Again, probably a sponsor.
Oh, Nick Fury was using an HTC device.
Agent Sitwell, how was lunch? I hear the crab cakes here are delicious.
Who is this?
The good-looking guy in the sunglasses, you're at 10 o'clock. Your other 10 o'clock.
How many 10 o'clocks do you have?
Technically one.
What do you want?
You're going to go around the corner to your right.
There's a gray car 2 spaces down. You and I are going to take a ride.
He doesn't have.
And why would I do that? Because that tie looks really expensive.
And I'd hate to mess it up.
Ready for all the Easter eggs in the world?
No, but
Listen very carefully.
Never heard of it. What were you doing on the Lumerian star? I was throwing up. I got seasick. Is this literally what he meant to insinuate that he could throw me off the roof? Because it's really
What the hell?
Counting. Laura.
Lillian. Lip piercing, right?
Yeah, she's cute.
Yeah. I'm not ready for that.
Do you not remember this?
Nice. No.
Oh wow.
That's awesome.
That's the first time we see Falcon.
Zola's algorithm is a program. Choosing insights targets.
What targets?
You, the TV anchor in Cairo, the Undersecretary of Defense at High School Valedictorian in Iowa City, Bruce Banner, Stephen Strange, anyone who's a threat to
Stephen
high
Strange.
now or in the future.
There's also, he said, a man from Cairo, which is another superhero.
This is a high school valedictorian?
How could it
Who's
not?
that? Is that Peter Parker?
The 21st century is a digital book. Zola taught Hydra how to read it. Your bank records, medical histories, voting patterns, emails, phone calls, your damn SAT scores. Zola's algorithm evaluates people's past to predict their future.
What then?
Basically Facebook.
My God, Pierce is gonna kill me.
What then?
Then the inside helicarrier scratch people off the list. A few million at a time.
Because you can't really target one person with those guns, can you?
I mean, you can, but it's sort of a waste.
So why don't you try sticking to court?
He said it's launching in 16 hours. We're kind of ridiculous
I
here.
know. We've used him to bypass the DNA scans and access the helicarrier's strength.
What? Are you crazy? That is a terrible, terrible idea.
Ooh. Oh,
He's pretty dead.
he's pretty dead. Now, those bullets were right in the seat front, where the
Yeah.
heads were.
They should have died.
That is a good way to fall off a car. Marvel fall off cars really well. And here we go.
Marvel
The
fall
mysterious... No, the thing is, he's called the Winter Soldier. He's not had anything more than like a few minutes screen time after Pete.
Ooh.
A few minutes screen time after Pete. At a bit. So now he comes into play. This is what you call not overusing your character. Your shield does not protect you from everything. No, bad role player. This is still amazing though.
It is. Again, I think this is equivalent to the elevator scene and the Nick Fury scene of just evolving combat.
Yeah. How and also doing it imaginatively.
Oof!
Oh my word!
Oof!
Wow! That was ridiculous. It just went from one thing to another thing to another thing. And the fact he moved so fast, it's not like a small hit, like, he just got whammed.
Oof! Yeah, boy, the money shot!
That, and she just gets up running.
Yep.
Amazing.
Yep. That was in the trailer. I remember watching that in the trailer and be like, yeah, boy, the money shot.
And she...
Oh, he got hit. And again, I don't think you desperately see who he is.
I think it was really the night shot where you get this most view of the rest of his face. You sure him is the one that you want to be sending off for her?
Probably. Oh, Cap.
Just remember, all Steve Rogers needs is his frisbee.
He has a Gatling gun.
Uh,
Is it a Gatling gun?
minigun, Gatling
Minigun.
gun. It's probably a minigun. That's the term. Yep, that is basically how fast it flies. Now imagine that on the helicopter. That's why you're dead. Until you've got Anthony Mackie. That was a Wilhelm.
No, it wasn't. It wasn't.
You don't think so?
No, it wasn't high enough.
He's just redirecting the bullet.
Yep.
Hey, he's doing a Wonder Woman.
But that's the point of that shield, isn't it? The point of the shield is
Oh, yeah,
it's
yeah.
the vibranium shield. It is the strongest metal on Earth.
Mm-hmm.
Whew.
Great
That's some
arm.
sort of like cannon of some sort.
Oh, underslung grenade launcher. Yep, very common, very real. Also considered the noob tube in Modern Warfare because it's so easy to get kills with it. But, like, that's the like, it is a very efficient weapon.
Yeah.
What's he seen? He's seen something. We know he's seen something.
So he's going to take out his balls.
I make an LZ 2300 block of Virginia Avenue, rendezvous 2 minutes.
So using his hand there, he's stopping her from actually choking him out. And how did she know that would interrupt him?
She's seen the metal. She knows it's shiny. It's not a hard guess. But very smart of her. The real question is why she didn't just run or why she chose to engage him. Came out of nowhere. No, they weren't. Here we go.
Oh,
Lovely.
oh,
and he's taken
Winter
it.
Soldier with the shield. Very much out of the comic books.
Doesn't he become captain?
He
No, I do remember them
eventually,
reading that Mackie would walk around with a knife just to make sure the moves
Not
feel
Mackie.
natural.
Sebastian Stan.
Sebastian Stan would walk around to make the moves feel natural. Great piece of hand-to-hand combat.
Again, they're zooming out, zooming in.
Yeah, and they're doing it. And this is the sort of stuff they took into Civil War with the kind of action set pieces.
Yep.
You know, you could perhaps be so bold as to go and argue that this was a film that redefined how Marvel thought about fight sequences.
I think
Because,
so.
because before this, their fight sequences were very superhero-y, very punchy. This is the first time you've got like a gritty fight sequence. Look at that! Whew, switching hands.
Oh. There's the mask coming off, and there's the reveal. And everyone in the cinema goes silent.
Actually, I gotta be honest, I didn't know who he was. I'd forgotten Captain America the first time I saw it.
Bucky? Reynolds, Bucky.
Woof! She found the gun.
And he's gone. But here they come.
Now, I'm not sure why they haven't just shot them to death.
Because they're in public.
I mean, that doesn't... honestly, in these kinds of situations, they would probably shoot first, ask questions
That's
later.
why.
Not here. Not here.
That's why. I completely understand why you say in real life, actually, they probably would just shoot
Because
down
because as soon as they arrive, gun, it's Captain, wanted fugitive,
Yep.
you just sort of do it.
Yep.
You look right at me. You didn't even know me.
How's that even possible? It was like 70 years ago.
It's over. Bucky's whole unit was captured in 43. He's only experimented on him. Whatever he did had Bucky survive the fall. You must have found him.
That's your fault, Steve.
Yeah, I'm just thinking more about this action. Iron Man, it's very superhero-y and quite CGI.
Yeah.
Pressure on that
Thor was very like,
Oh yeah, that bit.
that was cool.
Oops.
It was squeezing my brain.
No, really good use of handheld sort of camera techniques to follow along with the action. So sort of panning right as they kick emphasizes the impact. But yeah, like Thor was very much superhero bang bang bang. This is the first time you got really like intricate and brutal.
Through the floor.
We've seen this film before.
Is this the Hoover Dam?
No, Hoover Dam's huge.
So it's just like a dam.
It's a damn dam. It's a whole damn dam.
The whole dam.
Let me take her.
That's the
I
director.
bet that is.
That's the guy
That's
who's
the
the
doctor.
surgeon, yeah?
Yeah, no, mate, this is Hoover Dam. It was
Yeah.
in Transformers.
Oh yeah. And again, the reveal. I think the first time I saw this, I said to myself, why is he come back so soon?
Shattered collarbone, perforated liver.
Because he's got some work to do.
He has to work.
Let's not forget that. Otherwise, I'm good.
They cut you open, your heart stopped.
Tetrodotoxin B slows the pulse to 1 beat a minute. Banner developed it for stress. Pretty much in great form. We found a use for it.
Wild secrecy. Why not just tell us?
You need something in the director's lifetime to look successful.
Can't get you if you already did. Besides, I wasn't sure who to trust.
Imagine the one Russo brother telling the other, we're going to have to do this take again. You didn't do it very well.
Notice they're in a bank. Merrill Lynch Bank, by any chance?
Are they in a bank?
They are. You can see they're in a vault. They're literally in a
Can't
vault.
be in a... That can't be.
Yeah. When it cuts back, you'll see.
The procedure is already started. You are to be the new fist of Hydra. Put it on ice.
They're in a vault.
They're in a safety deposit box.
It's a vault.
It is a vault. If it is a Merrill Lynch bank, that would be
How funny would that be?
remarkable.
Mission report. Mission report now.
Why would you strike him? Why?
Because by all accounts, he is a perfectly trained soldier in that he has no thought of his own. That is not a command. Even officers, like soldiers are taught to follow without question. Officers are taught to think and then follow. I think officers are allowed sort of the role of a soldier is to follow orders given, and that is all you do. The role of an officer is to do the best for the country. So you could argue that he's allowed to do different things in certain circumstances. He is not meant to do anything but follow orders.
Yes, but why would he slap the soldier?
Because he will do nothing back.
Right.
His programming is that he cannot do anything back.
Right.
Give oral freedom. Deserve.
Okay.
But I knew Record.
He's been out of cryo-freeze too long.
Then wipe it and start over.
Now, is this a real thing? Could this happen?
Could you wipe memories? Honestly, the US, the UK, the world has been testing this for all the way through the 20th century. Can you wipe someone's brain? I've never seen any indication that you could, but I know very well that they have tried. But this is what they're saying, like they've trained him so that they can just wipe him a clean slate and start again whenever he sees something troublesome. Honestly, do you remember we were talking about Ultra Key, M Ultra, something like that? that stuff is horrific, and that's the tip of the iceberg when it comes to people trying to do what they can to manipulate other people, because they're not at war. It's a Cold War. This is a 70s.
40s.
Oh, this one's a 40s.
40s
Last one.
political drama.
Oh, 40s Cold War, yeah, sort of drama.
Helicarriers reach 3,000 feet. They'll triangulate with InSight satellites, becoming fully weaponized.
We need to breach those carriers and replace their targeting blades with our own.
One or two.
I think this is the most far-fetched bit of the film.
It is. What they've done here is they are giving a very distinct, clear, achievable goals for the heroes to do and say this will automatically work. Because otherwise it's pointless. Not that I've actually seen the Hobbit film, but I do remember the third Hobbit film, that in the final, like, the 7 main characters are given, like, a couple of specific targets to hit. Because realistically, you can't fight an army with 7 people.
No.
But you can do specific things. That's what they're doing. It's a bit far-fetched, but they are making the point of, this is just what your goal is, do it.
So Captain America, because you missed it, Captain America has basically said, no, I'm not reinstating S.H.I.E.L.D., I'm destroying it.
Interesting.
Don't look at me. I do what he does, just slower.
Well,
How hard do you think this is for Fury?
Very difficult.
like you're giving the orders now, Captain.
Very difficult. He's the one always in control. He's the one who knows everything.
And he's just seen someone give the order to wipe out his life's work, and everyone else has agreed with him. And he goes, actually, this is the right thing. Now, credit to his character for saying, I recognise
It's time.
when not it's time. I recognise when my choice is not the best choice.
It's okay.
Hey,
She's next to Dad.
they refilmed some shit.
No, it's a flashback.
I was gonna ask.
They must have refilmed it.
No, this is not from the original film. This is new.
Refilmed, gone back and refilmed the flashback sort of thing.
All you gotta do is sharp.
What do you mean refilmed?
As in, like, they went back to the past for this again. They went back and did the whole.
As in, yes, this is a
Yeah.
flashback, but it's not refilming anything.
Okay, fine. It's not refilming. I'm calling it refilming because it's in the past.
Right. Okay.
I like that they brought this
I don't
back.
like
actually.
that CG. I think the CG is terrible compared to the first one.
It's
You
just-
saw the shadows too much. It felt very awkward. Look at it.
I think I don't know. I think that's fine. I think that's just the lighting. But I like that they've done this. I like that they've kept in mind that though a lot has happened between the Captain America film, really this is his second opportunity being thing, and you've got to keep this back and forth going.
Yeah.
Because otherwise, who does Cap become? He's just another super soldier.
Yeah.
This is about him being still out of place.
Yeah, absolutely.
He doesn't know you.
He will.
But it's also what the scientist said to him before about. It's not about what's up there and what's outside. It's what's about what's
Inside.
inside.
Oh boy,
Did you forget about this?
I did.
Oh man. I am so fired.
Stan Lee with his cameo in Captain America: The Winter Soldier, and here comes the ground team.
There we go. Back to uniform.
Now this is the thing. The other one was very much like a scaled thing. This is now his.
So the other one was a bit like, it was more like a Kevlar sort of bodysuit.
Yeah.
Is this the original one?
No, but it's a version of. It's meant to be considered. Yes.
That thing has far too many guns.
For insight.
Oh, it's more than.
Oh, it's my favorite. It's my favorite side character. It's the computer guy.
Hey,
It's
I like
the computer guy.
I like
really
the
him.
computer guy.
Sadly, S.H.I.E.L.D. can't control everything, including Captain America. This facility is biometrically controlled. These will give you unrestricted access.
So
I think Afghanistan.
that's Danny Pudi. Danny Pudi is in this because Danny Pudi is a very big character in Community.
On the left.
On the left, the one who's about to go and check out the door.
That's funny.
Yeah.
Excuse us. I know the road has been smooth. And some of you would have
Amazing.
tried to kick me out of the car along the way. Finally, we're here, and the world should be grateful.
This is the beginning of Act 3.
Mm-hmm.
what we thought it was. It's been taken over by Hydra. Alexander Pierce is their leader. The Strike and Insight crew are Hydra as well. They don't know how many more. I know they're in the building. They could be standing right next to you.
Very Cold War sort of fear.
Yeah.
Absolute control. They shot Nick Fury. And it won't end there. If you launch those helicarriers today, Hydra will be able to kill anyone that stands in their way. Unless we stop them.
This is the most death in the Marvel Cinematic Universe so far. So I don't think the Battle of New York had that much death.
Not many human deaths.
If I'm the only one, then so be it.
Good question.
I'm willing to bet on that.
You don't often get them just straight up killing people. Even in like Black Panther, straight human warfare, people got hurt, but you don't really see like deaths.
No, there's a lot of people just shot in this one. Just outright shot.
Yeah.
Resting? I guess I've got the floor. Preempt the launch sequence. Send those ships up now. Is there a problem? Is there a problem? Sorry, sir. I'm not gonna launch those ships. Captain's orders.
He's the real superhero of the entire film.
Like you said. Captain's orders.
Look, to be fair, he had a very big human moment.
Also, Captain's Orders is a very clever play on like.
I like the way that everyone in this room has
There's a gun. Ooh. Again, so much death, I think, in this sequence.
I don't think you see anyone getting actually killed. I don't think you see a lot of shooting, but no one actually drops.
That you see.
Yeah, but that's the important part.
Yeah, that's true.
Um,
Now, could this exist? Could they actually have a hangar that's under a moat or...
I think they could, but I think it'd be excessively prohibitive to dig out that kind of thing. I think it's possible, but it's too expensive to be viable.
This is S.H.I.E.L.D. though. S.H.I.E.L.D. have money.
I mean, apparently they can make helicarriers with like arc reactors for wings.
Are they even arc reactors?
I mean, they're probably powered by them.
Possibly?
Like, what else could power
Would
that?
Stark give that technology to S.H.I.E.L.D. though? Could be
I mean,
Tesseract. It could be Tesseract powered.
They don't have the Tesseract anymore.
They have energy from it though.
I don't think it would be. I think it'd be Stark powered. Why? Because Stark believes in Avengers.
But that's not S.H.I.E.L.D.
No, but he does work for it. Like he volunteered the actual engines in the first place rather than blades.
Yeah.
So I think it's fair to say that he volunteered this as well. But those are cool. Flying battleship.
And again, I think we see reminders of earlier in the film. This reminds me of the ship scene at the beginning, and then it starts looking at.
In fact, it's very funny because it's a reverse one of those.
Yeah. And now you've got Falcon going to Insight 2.
Oh my god, Flak.
What?
Flag cannons, they basically shoot a bunch of those exploding things. Yeah, the point is they create a cloud that anything that flies through it gets hit by shrapnel and is dead. Yeah, that is very, very nasty.
What if Pakistan marched into Mumbai tomorrow, and you knew that they were going to drag your daughters into a soccer stadium for execution?
I think Mumbai is New Delhi.
Flip of the switch. Would you?
Yes, I think it's actually something that happened in 2008.
Isn't?
Yeah.
What if it was your switch?
She must have had fun as an actress.
Yes.
How many roles for older women involve kicking the ass?
Red.
I'm sorry. Did I step on your moment?
So what?
Step on a moment.
Falcon, status?
His one saving grace is that he's close to. If he sticks close to them, the flat cannons don't really have the range to take him out.
The minigun probably does.
Again, it's hard. It's very hard when you're up close because they're meant to be engaging things much further away.
Ooh. Trying to dodge the shots from the Quinjet.
Making very good use of what his pack is, though. It's very low. Many things considered, it's almost a bit like it's a funny take on motorcycle versus cars.
Yeah.
Just leg day, arm day, all day.
Physics changing day.
What are you doing? She's disabling security protocols and dumping all the secrets onto the internet.
Including hydras.
And shields. If you do this, none of your past is going to remain hidden. Are you sure you're ready for the world to see you as you really are?
Are you?
She's actually a secret tech genius. She's a secret nerd.
She's Russian. That is what the Russians do.
What makes secret nerds into killing machines?
They're all just tech geniuses.
Right, so there's blade number 1.
Falcon, we're already down.
Ooh, still getting shot at. Ooh,
That's a lot of missiles. That was a very good turn.
They just need to hit the ball on the bottom and then they can get through.
That's what I was thinking, yeah. Or
Like that.
I remember a story that so basically the Sidewinder missile, I think it was Sidewinder. Basically, it was a missile that would track you.
Yeah.
That would track its target, and it was meant to be like, oh yeah, it won't miss. On one of the first test flights they have with it, it accidentally, instead of going for like the metal balloon as meant to, it accidentally turned around and tracked the plane that shot it, and the plane that shot it evaded.
That's crazy.
It's like a stereotypical oh shit moment.
Now, why is he not wearing his mask? Come on.
He didn't pick it up from before, and he's like, well, I mean, from story purposes, he doesn't need it.
Of course, story purposes he doesn't need it, but like...
So why is he shooting them?
Because these are the people who are going to help Captain... Oh!
That's grim.
Who are going to help Captain America in the air.
Oh, so they were going to help.
Yeah.
Ooh, and they are all just murdered.
Yeah.
Yikes, you're right, this is bloody brutal.
Oof.
Disabling the encryption is an executive order. It takes 2 Alpha level members.
Don't worry. Company's coming.
This is why I think Nick Fury is a superhero. Because he just did the superhero thing. Opening a door! Standing tall!
And he's like, I've been outgunned.
Did you get my flower? I'm glad you're here.
Really? Because I thought you had me killed.
You know how the game works.
Why make me head of sheep?
Because you're the best, the most ruthless person I ever met.
That did what I did to protect me.
Our enemies are your enemies.
And that's amazing.
Disorder.
Because that validates what we were saying earlier in the film.
Just a matter of time before
Nick has good intentions, but his actions are so ambiguous, that anyone can use it for their own purposes.
holding action, band-aid. And you know where I learned that. Bogota.
That was, again, the story he said earlier about Bogota.
I can bring order to the lives of 7 billion people by sacrificing 20 million. It's the next step, Nick. You have the courage to take it.
No, I have the courage to not.
Retinal scanner active.
Don't think we wiped your clearance from the
I
system.
know you erased my password. Probably deleted my retinal scan. But if you want to stay ahead of me, Mr. Secretary, you need to keep both eyes open.
Oh, damn.
Alpha level confirmed. Encryption code accepted.
So they were always looking for one eye of his, not the other.
Carriers 45
Astonishing.
Again, it probably would have been hidden under things on things on things
Yeah,
on
yeah,
things.
yeah. Like a random other.
Oh, Maria Hill shooting some bitches.
So was that what you were saying about the eye earlier?
Nope.
Okay.
But I ain't saying anything.
Are you gonna tell me it after, or?
Not today.
All right, all right. Future film, or when are you gonna tell me? It's a bit like Iron Man.
I don't know.
Alright.
I will tell you.
All right, that's all right. On to the third helicarrier.
You're a lot heavier than you look. Had a big breakfast.
Oh my word!
Oh, holy moly!
And that. Oh shit! And that is how you escalate the scene. You don't even.
And that is now
you.
a broken falcon. Order.
Oh, that was your best bet. Now that was a lovely escalation. What was the escalation? He just kicked him off the side.
Yeah.
It wasn't like, oh, hanging off the rail. No, he just goes over. Okay, he happened to catch it.
The suit's down.
Yeah.
Sorry, Ken. Don't worry, I got it.
You'd think that if you're a member of Shield, no matter who you are,
You would be.
you have some sort of training.
You would have thought so. That was nice. That was actually a really nice action set.
Repeat dispatch. Headed up.
Falcon? Yeah. Rumlow's headed for the council.
I'm on it.
And here we are. This is the sort of the final set pieces
Look at the time.
of the film.
I can't let that happen. Please don't make me do this.
Now, if you were helicarrier designer extraordinaire,
Which I am.
which you are,
Yeah.
why would you put the control matrix stuff at the bottom
In a perfectly sealed.
in a perfectly glass?
It makes no sense. It makes as little sense as in futuristic spaceships having the bridge in a glass case at the top or at the front. You're not see like space is so big you don't see anything with your actual eyes.
Yeah.
Now what's great about this is fight scene was also like having the control matrix means that there's like a third element. They're not just killing each other. They're not just trying to kill each other. They have a goal.
Well, there's 4 because you've got the actual thing itself.
Well, I mean, I can't as the goal. But,
Fine.
like, having a goal to the fight that's not just we want to hit each other, which, for example, say, Superman gets wrong, because in Superman, they just try to hit each other until one of them gives up.
Batman vs Superman, you mean?
Oh, no, and a lot of the DC films. They just
right.
hit each other until one of them gives up.
Yeah.
Whereas this, they've got a goal.
And it's trending.
Does he kill them? Does this kill them?
Unless you want a 2-inch hole.
It's probably burning into their heart, which is a very painful way to die.
The moment you pinned it on.
Now, why did he choose then to do it and not before? Oh, he needed his phone.
This is fake.
Oh, wow. So yeah, in space, because space is so big, you never see anything with your eyes. You are better off putting the control ship right in the middle. Oh, wow. Right in the middle of the ship where it's most defended, and just use cameras for everything and sensors. Not that cameras would make a difference. Why doesn't he just crush it? Oh wow.
Because he can't. Because he's got him in the hold.
I know, but his hand is free. He could break it. Now, in reality, chokeholds work for about 10 or 20 seconds. So that's probably about realistic.
Oh! Mackie and Rumlow.
I think this is Mackie's first fight scene.
Depends if you count the one on the bridge.
There are no prisoners with Hydra.
When he was shooting the people to defend Captain America.
Yeah, I suppose.
You ready for yours? Shut the hell up.
Lieutenant, how much longer?
No.
5 seconds to satellite link.
Targeting grid engaged. Lowering weapons right now.
1 minute.
Because then we get shot, which kind of makes sense, because obviously the chokehold only lasts...
About 10 or 20 seconds.
Oh,
And he is completely exposed.
so he should have died.
Oh, but Bucky, you can see, I like that waiver. Because if you're like, why couldn't he shoot straight? Because he's just regained consciousness. He's not at full capacity. I like that. That was a really good touch. Has Cap ever been shot before?
No, not in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Because all the guns that they had in Captain America First Avenger were all Tesseract related energy. I'm going to dust you completely.
Now,
what's interesting about this? You'll see some...
you see some names about, so there's the President,
Pentagon.
so someone else I don't recognise.
Avengers Tower.
That would have been Stark.
Target saturation reached.
And I can't remember what it said, but it also said Banner.
Firing in 3.
Or the tension and the excitement. But of course, don't you... The problem with it is that, don't you think that everyone knew that was going to happen?
Okay, Cap, get out of there.
But the fact that you know the ending, Dogs Are Quiet 3, and then, oh, I forgot this. This is good, boys. Because at least you get to see them. Yeah, this was all the visual effects they're talking about.
But Steve.
Do it now.
Now this is Captain doing it right, sacrificing himself at the most optimal moment.
Yeah.
Literally battleship broadsides.
Yep.
Ah, that is delicious. Fantastic wreckage, fantastic... I forgot how good that was. Hey, it looks Trump.
Still on the fence about Roger's chances?
Time to go, Councilwoman. This way. Come on. You're gonna fly me out of here.
No? That was the time I would have taken a bullet for you.
You already did. You will again when it's you.
You must have fun in these films, that when you are such an esteemed actor as Robert Redford is, getting shot and diving straight through glass.
Like a lot of actors do action films, even though they're not like the best, because they're fun. Because you can get your emotional kicks out of places. Oh, it's still going on. Yeah, this is the part where they're modelling the inside of things so they can get wreckage coming out from it properly.
Actors in action films.
That's
You're just enjoying the
it's basically it's everything you want out of a battleship sequence. I'm a fan of aircraft carriers. I'm a fan of what's it called? Zeppelins. I mean, I love that kind of stuff, and this is basically that. Yeah, you do action scenes because they're fun, because they're different, and some people can do action scenes all their life. Other people can't, basically.
You're saying about how people enjoy going to do action films.
Because you get, as you said, jumping through glass, and fine, a lot of it can be CGI. Oh, that's a good touch. Just a nice bit of underwater that you don't really have to do, but you do anyway.
What was his last words as a human being?
I don't know.
Hail Hydra.
Oh.
Now, one thing you won't see in this, but I want to talk about now, because now is probably a good time to talk about it, is the TV show Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
Okay.
So, TV show Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. started, I would say, about 6 months before this film came out. Maybe, I think it's the September before. So September 2013 it started. And they've been building up these characters, building up these things, and then this film hit.
Oh man. No more S.H.I.E.L.D.
And no more S.H.I.E.L.D.
What happens in the TV show?
One of the main characters, you find out is Hydra.
On the TV show?
On the TV show.
That's great.
And the TV show airs, the reveal of the guy playing Hydra reveals all the week as this film gets released.
That's amazing. That is astonishing.
It's very, very good.
This is a great one. Oh, don't... Oh my god. Whew. You don't get... In real life, you don't get many chances to do that right.
No.
Which window you're going to come out of? Nice little cut.
Oof.
You know me. No, I don't.
So yeah, Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. did a really good job in the first 1 or 2 seasons to
Be up with the film.
be up with the films, but it's also not just this film. So when Thor: The Dark World came out, Sif, well, the female from the Thor films, the original Thor friends, she was in the TV show
For like an episode
for
or
an
something?
episode.
Oh.
It was very good.
And then what happened to it after 2 seasons?
They sort of don't really follow the film. They might do a mention here or there of like Wakanda or something like that.
Imagine if they did the snapping in that.
I haven't seen that. I don't know if they did. I can't remember. But season 6 is about to come out, about to start again. So
Emotional climax. Very rare for an action film.
that was from the flashback scene with you to the end of the line. It's a shame because the term I could do this all day wasn't used.
The thing is, who does he say I could do this all day to? He
The
says it-
bully.
Exactly. He's not facing a bully. He recognizes Bucky for not who he is, but who he could be. And because of that, he doesn't say it.
And now this is the second time.
Well, actually, the bit he could say it was against the bad bodyguard.
Yeah.
Who's dead, though.
Rumlow.
Yeah. Kind of.
Give it a minute.
Now, funny, though.
Water. Can I just quickly talk about water?
Go for it.
Second time that Captain America's been submerged in water at the end of a Captain America film.
Ah. Ice is frozen water. Though, last time it was Bucky that fell into the water first.
We didn't. He
Well, no, but
fell first.
he fell first. That's all I was going for. Oh, yeah, Bucky fell and Cap watched. Here, Cap fell and Bucky watched.
Yep. Now, would he have blood on him if he'd just been in water?
Yeah, your wounds could still be bleeding. Also, they're not bleeding that much, and that's probably about okay.
She's a smoke trail. The Triskelion.
What a name.
This scene just shows up how the relationship between Falcon and Captain America.
And what would you say their relationship is?
They are now really good friends.
I don't think that. I think I would disagree. I would say that
One second. This is the album he was saying at the beginning of the film to go and listen to, and he just said on your left.
Falcon said, I just follow what he does. I just do what he does, but slower. Falcon has accepted him as captain.
So he's the officer, and Falcon's a soldier.
Yes, I think that's a relationship. That hey,
Yeah. Maria Hill is going to work for Stark.
being polygraphed.
Again, this is his last moment on film.
Oh, okay.
And here is Romolo.
Yeah. It's the soldier-commander relationship.
Why haven't we yet heard from Captain Rogers?
I don't know what there is left for him to say. I think the wreck in the middle of the Potomac made his point very eloquently.
Well, he could explain how this country is expected to maintain its national security now that he and you have laid waste to our intelligence apparatus.
Hydra was selling you lies, not intelligence.
Many of which you seem to have had a personal hand in telling.
Agent, you should know that there are some on this committee who feel, given your service record, both for this country and against it, that you belong in a penitentiary, not mouthing off on Capitol Hill.
You're not going to put me in a prison. You're not going to put any of us in a prison.
For this of a high level thing,
Hang on.
Do enlighten us.
Because you need us. Yes, the world is a vulnerable place. And yes, we help make it that way. But we're also the ones best qualified to defend it. So if you want to arrest me, arrest me. You'll know where to find me.
What did you say? Would she be allowed up there?
No, there wouldn't be any media in such a very, very high importance thing. There wouldn't be any
Potentially,
media.
or because there's such a heavy outcry about it, like you can't hide that. It's like, yeah, we want to see what's going on. You can't just hide this. Oh, and this is Fury setting fire, I guess, to his past.
To
Yeah.
basically everything S.H.I.E.L.D.
There goes his eye patch.
There goes
Which
his eye
means-
patch, there goes everything.
Does he get his eye patch back in the end? I think in Civil War he has an eye patch, no?
You've experienced this
Don't remember.
before.
You get used to it.
You've been data mining Hydra's file.
The Path of the Righteous Man
A lot of
was his line in
I'm headed to Europe today.
Pulp Fiction.
Really?
I'm pretty sure it was. Well, as I walk through the valley of the shadow of death and infinite evil, to the Lord of Mission.
All right.
There you go. There's your soldier.
Anybody ask for me? Tell them they can find me right here.
You should be honored. That's about as close as you get to saying thank you.
Not going with them?
No.
I'll stand here.
I blew all my covers. I gotta go figure out a new one.
It might take a while.
I'm counting them.
Where does she go to get her new covers?
She doesn't.
That thing you asked for. Call in a few things.
The next time we see her,
She's in.
Avengers.
Are you doing
You don't see her in Civil War? Oh, you're right, in Avengers.
She's not a nurse.
What happens in Avengers?
You see her at the beginning with everyone.
Sharon. She's nice.
I think she would just basically go on a bit of a holiday and then go back to Stark Tower.
That's her.
Be careful, Steve. You might not want to pull on that thread.
She knows more about Winter Soldier than she
Of
thinks.
course, she got the files. The how she got the file, that's a battle.
You don't have to come with me. I know. When do we start?
Nice.
Well, wow. Just
Nice, boys.
wow.
I like this end sequence. Very minimalist. Black, white, good, bad. One into the other.
So, thoughts, feelings.
So I think this had so much right about it. I'm going to have a very hard time in a couple of moments coming up with a final clue. Oh, I like that. Gears into tentacles. Man, there were some stupendous sequences. In fact, pretty much every sequence, they did something different. They didn't just say, we want to do this. They're like, how are we doing this the most Marvel way possible, the most different, the most innovative way. I love that. Well, there you go, Cap's old uniform.
What old? The original, the one at the beginning of the film.
Yeah, I quite liked it. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
It's kind of my thing. There was so much good about that. I like that it also had subtle emotional depth. Like, I think the Avengers had very front and center emotional depth about what are you doing here, sort of thing, battling it out. And I think they sort of, and arguably I think they sort of came to a conclusion quite quickly on that. Like, they're arguing the helicopter. They have a helicarrier fight, and then they're good. This, it follows the entire film, and I think that was stupendous.
I think this was just done very well.
It's over. Fury has released everything to the public. Everything he knows about.
It's tricky. If they get rid of it, they find out we still Hydra.
Shield. Two sides of a coin. It's no longer currency.
I don't remember this. Oh, I remember this. No, I don't. What?
It's worth more than any of them ever knew.
What?
We've only scratched the surface end already.
There are other facilities doing Hydra's good work around the world.
We'll feed them to Captain America and his colorful friends.
Keep them off our scent. What about the volunteers?
The dead will be buried so deep their own ghosts won't be able to find them.
And the survivors?
The twins.
Sooner or later, they will meet the twins. It's not a world of spies anymore, not even a world of heroes. This is the age of miracles, Doctor. There's nothing more horrifying than a miracle.
There is so much about these two that is so controversial.
So in this film, they were made out of experiments from the Tesseract.
No, so their powers were unlocked through the staff of Loki.
Is that not
It's an Infinity Stone, yes.
which one is it again?
The Mind Stone.
Yeah, what happened to that at the end of the film? Did Shield take hold of it?
End of which film?
Avengers.
No, it seems that they...
So mustn't they stolen and stuff?
Well, they're not stolen, they were part of S.H.I.E.L.D., weren't they?
Yeah, I mean that's fair. Well, stolen, yeah. Man, yeah, that. And so, whereas in the comics, they are the children of Magneto, and is the mother?
I don't know the mother.
Mother well known?
Don't remember the mother's name. But yes, children.
But then, and I think I remember reading like as some kind of deal, they couldn't use the word mutant.
Yep.
Mutant is a Fox
owned by
word.
Fox.
Imagine that.
That's why they use miracles, not mutants. Right, what did I think of this film? I love this film. As you said, I think every single moment is different. It has such a range of moments. It's so much more complex than just the 3 acts. It is. It's just so much more complex.
I agree.
That first half of the film, I think we went through 5 or 6 different sequences just to get to that first act. I think everything, and I think the evolution of the characters are in this film. As we said, I think the biggest theme of the film is trust, and who to trust, who not to trust, on all levels. I just thought it was a fantastic film.
I absolutely agree. Trust came. You're right. Trust came the whole way from Falcon's last words. Like, you don't have to do this. I know. When do we start? You know. Afterglow on that, dude. That was great. Yep. That. Now I understand why one critic said it had a really good first half. It took the steam off a bit, and then it sort of kicked it back on. There is a steam off bit.
I understand that. I think the second half is probably weaker. I think the final sequence is probably the weakest of the sequences.
You really do?
Yeah, I think, like, when you look at the elevator sequence, when you look at the car sequence, when you look at the sequence whereby they take out Jasper Sidwell and kill Jasper Sidwell.
Yeah.
It really feels like...
It was a really good sequence.
It was great.
But you're right, I think it probably was the weakest of them. Because it is quite generic. Go between these 3 locations, kill enough people, and plug something in. I agree with you on that. But they still made a very good hit out of it.
Yeah, absolutely.
And as a result of this, they swapped over with Joss Whedon to become the forerunners of where MCU goes.
Well, not yet. Not
As you
yet.
mean as of this film point?
Not as of this film point.
You mean in real life?
No. As in, they will do,
Yeah, so that's what I mean.
but not yet.
Yeah, as of this film, so they've just had a good film. Joss Whedon's going to do Age of Ultron, and then after that, they're going to come back.
They are going to.
What's the next film after
Civil
that?
War.
It was Civil, and so they did Civil War, and they had Infinity War lined up, and they were like, "Yeah, you do it."
Absolutely.
And I think that's probably right. Like when you see Age of Ultron, Mike.
When we see Age of Ultron.
Do we see Age of Ultron?
We see Age of Ultron.
We're seeing Age of Ultron. Joel, you're spoiling it. When we see Age of Ultron, like I recall there are things that are good, but I think there's also things that very much belonged back in the past. And Marvel, like, actually, we want to shuffle into what they've got, which is why you got it as it is. That's cool. Which was the main characters of this film were Samuel L. Jackson. Sorry. Nick Fury, Black Widow, and Captain America.
Yeah.
Which of characters that were not them most surprised you?
I really like Alexander Pierce. I like Robert Redford. I think his acting was really, really good.
The bad guy.
The bad guy. The main bad guy. I
Yep.
think he was really, really good. I'd be remiss if I didn't mention Bucky and Falcon as 2 very good characters.
Now, Bucky, you could say, had 0... Oh, actually, he had 1 change in his entire character throughout the whole thing. And yet it was great.
Yeah. But if we list off all of the side characters in this film, you said those 3 are the main characters. List off all the side characters that appear in future films. You've got Bucky, you've got Falcon, you've got Maria Hill, you've got the computer guy, you've got Agent 13.
Is the computer guy back?
Yes.
Oh, what did he do?
You'll see.
Great.
But yeah, you've got that supporting cast that return.
I mean,
And 4 of the 5 of them are new.
Yeah.
You know what's not is Maria Hill. We
Hey.
can't Bucky. Do you remember this?
They removed the naked one. And they reformed it up. Great soundtrack. Imagine learning about yourself from a museum.
Yeah.
Now, what's so great about his character change is that it's an inch. It's not like a mile. It's not like he swapped sides. All he did was rescue Cap and just leave him there.
Yeah.
And that was it. Brilliant. There we go. Captain America Return and Avengers Age of Ultron. I don't even know why they do that. Is it some kind of like ancient thing?
I'm not.
And,
I'm not sure to be honest.
understated moment. I say understated. Like very simple but very powerful moments. Firstly, the gun to the head.
Of the computer guy.
Yeah. You launch this. It costs you nothing. For now, launch it and I'll spare your life. And he says no. No one else was helping him. No one was encouraging him to do anything. That was on his own volition. He said, I'd rather die than do this.
Captain's orders.
Beautiful. And you're right, the bad guy, I forgot his name. But
Alexander Pierce.
like, it's very easy for bad guys to try and act maniacal. He wasn't maniacal. In fact, he was Nick Fury. Except
He was calculated. He
he's-
was cold and calculated.
Basically, he is Nick Fury, step to the left. Both Samuel L. Jackson and him, he was like, we have the same enemies, we got the same goals. But if you step far enough to the left, your sort of 1 degree divergence ends up 100 miles apart. And that's what you saw there. And I thought that was lovely. I thought that was great to see. And like, actually, bad guy's got a point. Like when he says, would you flip a switch to make the world better? It's asking a very real question, both real for them and real for ours. What would you give up for security?
Not if it's your switch.
Great line. Someone should tell that to Trump, not if it's your wall. Wow.
Have we got to the very difficult point of where we have to put this into our...
I think we have. I'm trying to put it off.
Okay, so shall we remind people of the current status? We are only 5 films in, Joshua.
We're 5 films in, and I forgot the thing already.
And so did I.
So top we've got bottom first. Not that it was awful. Thor. Then we got Cap above that.
Cap, the first Avenger.
The first Avenger. Iron Man above that, and currently sitting at the top, we have Avengers. I think it's fair to say that we have to start with position 1. Winter Soldier or Avengers? Oh man, this is awful. I was trying to think of this as you was talking, and I'm like, I remember on the first episode, I was like, no, we have to make a decision, and now I'm like, can we just make it like say they're about equal, and that's about right? No.
We have to make a decision.
Okay.
What are you
now,
thinking?
This
So
is
explain your thing.
What I think is incredible is that you've got one of the biggest films of all time, with all the characters doing everything almost perfectly, and we're comparing it to a film with 2 of them. Compared to a film like, what was it, six of them, you've got 2 of them, arguably one of the least interesting ones, and we're comparing that to the biggest one.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah, and I think that's down to the director, that's down to the writing, that's down to all of it.
So, set pieces. First third, the set pieces in Avengers were, your first set piece was...
You literally have the three thirds. You have the inside of the shield, you have the helicarrier. Sorry, no, you have the inside of the shield, you have the superheroes fighting superheroes, you have the helicarrier, you have the Battle of New York. You've got those 4 set pieces really in that film.
What was the inside of the shield one?
Inside the helicarrier when they come and they have to go round and
was that the first third or the second third?
The second third. End of the
What was the first third?
It was the first scene of getting out of the bunker with Tesseract, and then the superheroes fighting superheroes.
Yes, that was it. And what was the first third of this film? Was it the elevator? Or was it Nick Fury?
No.
It was Nick Fury.
No. The first third of this film, you've got the battle on the ship.
Sure, that's the opening sequence.
Opening sequence, battle on the ship. You've then got the...
Okay, comparing opening sequence, battle on the ship wins. Hands down. Much better opening sequence than Tesseract Portal.
You've then got the Nick Fury car scene.
Versus
and the elevator scene. That's Act 1.
That is Act 1. And... I mean, the elevator is, I would say, the start of Act 2, but let's put it there. What did Avengers have? You had Superheroes vs. Superheroes, which was very good, and then you had... that was just it, actually.
That was it.
Okay.
I think I'd give that to Captain America.
I would also. Don't get me wrong, the Superheroes was amazing, but it capped... The elevator was much better. Okay, so currently it's 2-0.
So, the middle third scene.
So we got helicarrier on the Avengers.
So the full helicarrier with Hulk and all of that jazz, which was really good. And this is the one where they found Jasper Sid. Well, they take Jasper Sid. No, Bunker comes maybe part of that. But they found the guy they dropped off the roof.
Oh.
And then they got him in the car and they threw him out, and that whole sequence of getting captured by S.H.I.E.L.D.
Honestly, that's got to go to Avengers.
I think so as well.
Like, that's... Like, all things considered, when you consider that is the second act... Oh, actually, there was the fight sequence with Bucky as a part of that.
That's all that...
Right,
scene.
so I'd forgotten that. That's harder.
I think I still give it to Avengers.
I would agree. I think the helicarrier scene was astonishing.
That was evolving combat as well. Like this...
good things have evolving combat.
The one in Captain America... with Soldier, that definitely was evolving combat, and I really liked that scene. I think it was a great scene, very long scene actually, very long set piece.
Yeah.
But actually, I think it had more consequences. It felt more real.
I agree, because the consequence of the helicopter falling was, nothing. Like, it didn't matter.
But I think the first time we see the Hulk properly.
Yeah.
And the first and the when Captain America and Iron Man work together for the first time.
It's such an interwoven scene. Yeah, you've got Captain America and Iron Man who hate each other and working against each other. Then you've got the Hulk fighting Thor, fighting Black Widow, and then Black Widow fighting... It's intertwined, it's astonishing. And you're right, whilst like the highway fight was pretty good, it also was then let down kind of at the end by like... And it exploded, but they survived. That was it. So I would agree, 2-1, Cap to Avengers. Heading into the climax, you have the Battle of New York.
Yeah.
Big, massive, extraordinary, full of all the set pieces. and you've got the helicarrier fight.
Which we've already said is the weakest of the bunch. So actually, I think I'd give this to Avengers.
So
it's 2-2.
Unhelpfully, it hits 2-2. So if we had the beginning of Cap and the end of Avengers,
so he should have called the Avengers in the film.
yeah, he should have. That should have been it. Okay.
You know something? If I really had to give it to...
Well, let's dig just a tiny bit more. Just a tiny bit more.
Go on.
I recognise though is pushing time. Emotional impact. Which one mattered more to you?
Winter Soldier. It had... Avengers was great. Avengers was team coming together. People who shouldn't be together coming together. This had more impact on the overall Marvel Cinematic Universe than Avengers, hands down.
Absolutely, and emotional. Like, don't get me wrong. Like, the Avengers was fine. It got you empathizing with characters. This had heart, and that really came out really lovely.
Yeah. I know where I want to put this.
I think we're both gonna put it. 3, 2, 1,
Number
no
one.
1.
Yeah.
There we go, boys. So does this mean so
Captain America:
Cap
The
to
Winter Soldier
Winter Soldier
is number 1 on our list.
Oh boy.
This list is getting bigger.
I mean,
of course it does.
One episode, one list session. Good job, Joel. After 5 comes a.
But actually, as I said at the beginning of the film, I love this film. This was the top of my. This is in my top 3 hands down. Probably number 2 at the moment. I really like this film.
I agree. I'm glad that I bought this because honestly, it's such an easy yes.
Could you watch this again? Do you think? Not obviously in the next week, but probably in a month or two's time. Do you think you could watch this again? Is it a rewatch? Does it have rewatch value?
So, there's 2 halves to that. The first is, would I rewatch it just to see the action sequences? Because there are some films that I'm like for example, Transformers 2. I thought it was I haven't actually rewatched the film, but I rewatched the action sequences because they're really good. I could 100% rewatch the action sequences of this. Could I rewatch the not action sequences? You know, part of me goes, yeah. Part of me goes, yeah, I think I could.
I think I could watch the first half. Everything up to probably...
the explosion in the basement.
No, probably when they escape the truck to go to Nick Fury.
Okay.
That's probably... Because the scene when, after Nick Fury's escape in the car sequence, to when he's in Cap's flat, that's an interesting... I like that scene a lot.
Yeah. Okay. Like, I can totally feel where you're coming from, and we both agreed that was generally the principle.
Yeah.
I think if I watched it again, I'll be paying... Because I'll be paying more attention to everything that goes on, because it was a very tightly layered piece of work.
Random fact that I completely forgot whilst I was watching the film. You know the scene when when he's about to go to the big helicarrier fight, and he goes to grab the other suit from the Smithsonian?
Uh-huh.
They were going to play the Captain America theme march
no.
during that. They chose not to because it was a very different film. But
Who's
yeah, they were
gonna say
that one. Yeah.
I listened to that too many times. Alright.
I really had fun watching that.
Yeah, boy.
I really had fun watching that. Do you know what the next film is? Because I do.
Oh boy, Joel, are you doing this to me?
No, I'm not gonna make you answer now. I'm just gonna let you know. It is. I believe I've got. Let me triple check it. I believe it's the 10th Marvel film ever created. Let me just double check.
Okay. I'll just talk over it. No, I'm very glad.
It's the 10th Marvel film.
I got literally one word into filling up your time. Work slower, boy. I do everything he does, but slower.
Yeah, it's the 10th Marvel film. So this was number 9. So it's the 10th Marvel film.
Okay.
So I'm not going to say what it is because obviously the people at home know what it is because they've done what I've done, which is done a quick Google to say what's the 10th Marvel film.
All right.
But I don't want you to look because I'm excited for the next one.
Joel, it's been a fantastic evening.
Boop. See you in the next one.
See you at the next one, folks. Ta-ra. Press the button.
Press the button!
Launch the heli carriers! I said launch! Launch!
Release the Kraken! So Joshua, you're not going to hear this until I start, until you listen to this on your recording, but yeah, hello. Hope you're having a nice day. Hope your editing is all good. And we're about to watch Captain America. I'm excited to see what happens.
Hi Joel, I had a great day, thank you very kindly. Editing has gone pretty well. It's been a very tough episode because there's been a lot of good moments to try and listen to. Hope your weekend's been lovely and I can't wait to the next one. See you then.
Do you know what the next film is?
Joel, why have you started recording again? I said it was Ultron. It's not Ultron.
Guardians of the Galaxy.
Is it?
Yeah.
No, it's Golgari.
That's the next film to watch.
Okay.
You like that one, don't you?
Oh, I have so many mixed feelings.